Greetings, salutations, and other big words. My name's Ethan. My handle is Wrangler. Welcome to Frequency Studios, weekly wing at number 178 here on Rumble, YouTube, and the X Twitter. And let me mess with that format right here. We're gonna be talking about sentient weapons and maybe other artifacts tonight. But first off, starting it off, Mr. Frederick Guimon.
How's it going, Wrangler and Louverpur? Nice to see you guys. I'm going to be working on Wrangler's commission here, the spaceship called Wavelength, who's arguably also a plane. And yeah, we're adding the final details tonight. So at some point, I'll be starting the inks.
It's a space plane.
Space plane. It's a plane. It's a spaceship on another plane of existence.
It's a plane with benefits.
It's a plane. It's a bird. It's a plane.
And also joining us tonight is Louverpur.
I am Louverpur, wizard of the cultural wastes. The elves know me as the Shadowmancer. The dwarves know me as he of the Iron Will. And the men of the West call me Luke.
Luke. After all that build-up, it's Luke. A real name? You have a real name?
Yes. Yes, I do.
Holy crap, Louverpur is real. Well, then maybe we could have a real discussion. Yeah, hopefully Otter will be joining us, depending on his schedule, if he can make it. Tonight we want to talk about sentient weapons and other artifacts and how they apply in storytelling and games and stuff. I know Otter was looking forward to this discussion. If he can make it, it's going to be interesting and think about objects that have their own sentience and how they operate, what their origins are, and all the things pertaining to that. And you being an aficionado of TTRPGs, I figure you have quite a bit of input to add to that.
Like the Millennium Falcon, which is sentient now.
Wait, which of us were you addressing as an aficionado?
You.
Oh, yes. I suppose I am. Yes.
Yeah, I know. I play TTRPGs with you. You are definitely an aficionado of this stuff.
Oh, wait, you're that frequency?
Yeah. But I was just operating at a different wavelength. And joining us in the chat is Mr. Readout Productions. He says, "Space." What's up, man? Good to see you.
Nice to see you, Readout. You might want to have a double check at your keyboard. I think your A key might be stuck.
He's borrowing Corey's keyboard.
Yeah, clearly. You got to clean out those keyboards, Readout.
Yeah, so right before the show started, we lost track of time looking up stuff that I wasn't sure of, where the tail sign goes, or tail number, what are they called? Tail numbers, where they're supposed to go on a aircraft, and where that goes. Well, yeah, but also quite often they're on the fuselage, but since the wings are kind of the whole, almost pretty much run the length of the fuselage, kind of like those B-2 bombers or whatever, how the wing is just as long as the fuselage down the side of the plane, so it's kind of triangular in shape.
The Death Burrito.
But so in that case, the tail number would go on the side of the engine pod. But yes, they would also be on the vertical stabilizers on the back there, but we're not going to see that from this angle.
But I do want to address briefly what Readout said, the first comment there. And that is to say, I'm escaping to the one place that hasn't been corrupted by capitalism.
It's not stuck. That was me cosplaying as Space Core from Portal 2.
Space! Nothing beats Tim Curry just screaming the word space.
Nothing beats Tim Curry doing pretty much anything, let's be honest.
It's a fair point. It's such a
He's the only guy who made transvestites look cool. All right.
what an ignominious end to an amazing life.
What, did he pass away?
No, but he's not doing well.
Oh, what's going on with him?
He had to retire because he had like a bunch of strokes, and
Oh, I didn't know that.
I believe it was a bunch of strokes or some sort of degenerative disease. Yeah, it's not great.
That is no bueno.
Yeah, sorry to bring the mood down. I kind of thought everyone would know.
I mean, it's the same with Bruce Willis. Bruce Willis is
Yeah.
also kind of in a state where he can't come out in public anymore because it's a shadow of his former self in his current state.
Oh no, I was right. Yeah. On July 13th, 2012, Curry had a major stroke in the midst of receiving a massage. The stroke required brain surgery. Curry has used a wheelchair since the stroke. He continues to experience mobility issues, particularly in his left arm and leg, and it affected his short-term memory.
What kind of massage did he get to get a stroke?
Was he getting a massage from Lucy Liu?
Right? But hey, apparently in 2020 he did a table reading as Frankenfurter, so he's with it enough for that.
That was 6 years ago.
Yeah, but that was also 8 years after his stroke, so apparently he recovered some of it.
Oh, the stroke's been a while. And you
right.
say what, in 2012?
Yeah,
Okay.
2012.
It's been a while.
Before anybody says anything, yes, I'm cheesing it.
What?
Wait,
Teasing what?
I just rewound it.
We have no idea what you're talking about.
Oh, the game he's playing.
I'm trying to remember how to actually. Okay, yeah, I got to hit him with missiles in the back. Yay! And these guys do massive damage. And because I'm using a frickin' thumbstick instead of a D-pad, I go to turn around and he's shooting at a downward angle. So, or she. Have I mentioned I suck at video games now?
We need to get you a USB SNES controller.
Yeah, I do miss my.
Why do you suck at games? Did you have a stroke while during a massage?
No, I got old. My reaction time sucks, and I've noticed ever since everything uses thumbsticks instead of D-pads now. Whenever I'm trying to move forward and face in a certain direction, I instead am usually pointed diagonally down.
Well, you could get a controller that has both, though.
I apologize, Herman P. Hunter of the Lore Forge. It was a bit early in the stream for me to bum everybody out. But hey, the takeaway was he's doing a lot better now than I thought he was.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Still, Tim Curry deserved to be immortal and awesome forever.
I think one of the first film I saw of his was Clue.
I mean, what a great introduction.
In Clue?
Yeah. I think
didn't he also do a bunch of voice work?
Well, I was about to say, I think my introduction to Tim Curry was either Legend or him voicing the pollution toxic sludge monster in Fern Gully.
Oh, that was him, wasn't it?
Toxic lava.
I don't know what that is, but it sounds recent.
Fern Gully, not that recent. It's a 90s animated film. Super environment time. You know how everything in the 90s was all like, oh, the environment, Captain Planet.
Save the forest.
Yeah, I was going to say Captain Planet vibes here.
Yeah.
It really was.
Yeah, it was a film about a bunch of fairies in the rainforest, and one of the loggers gets shrunk down to fairy
Fairies in the
size.
rainforest. That's a metaphor if I've ever heard one.
Yeah. So one of the loggers gets shrunk down and falls in love with a fairy, and there's a bat.
Right.
There's a bat
By Robin Williams.
who was voiced by Robin Williams. Yeah.
Yeah, Herman says my favorite is Legend.
Oh yeah.
Readout says Ferngully is 91 and calls it 90s woke. That would be
It is 90s woke. 90s woke usually came down to either like the environment, or for some reason everybody was obsessed with like Native Americans and made up a whole shit ton of like the 90s are responsible for just fabricating a whole shit ton of Native American lore, like wholesale, just making shit up.
At least the 90s woke was more entertaining.
Yeah, and in a way it was almost more genuine and less, I don't know, there's something it was still pretty performative. Yeah, be Princess Mononoke, don't be Ferngully. Exactly, read out. Dear frozen yogurt, be ice cream or be nothing.
I like frozen yogurt. Sorry to be that guy.
Well, it's fine. I was just quoting Ron Swanson.
Is that not sorbet or something? Frozen
I'm
yogurt?
not sure what sorbet is. It also called sherbet, but I'm not sure exactly. Oh, I forgot about this part.
So what it is
I
has no milk product, so it's just basically fruit, right?
I think sorbet is
frozen fruit.
Yeah, basically it's blended.
Oh,
it's pureed. That's what it is. It's pureed frozen fruit.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. You can make your own sorbet pretty easily.
Oh, for sure. But I think the difficulty with that is finding a way to get it to be smooth when you hit it with a spoon instead of just a block.
Readout says The Last of the Mohicans came out in 1992, and that is certified the best movie on the French and Indian War. I thought the Mohicans was... I mean, I live in Connecticut, so I know of the Mohegans, but I'm not sure about the Mohicans. Are they a genuine tribe?
Wow, you just offended all your Mohican watchers there, Wrangler.
Wrangler,
do we have any?
Going to Foxwoods to hit the crap tables once a month does not count as a knowing Mohegan.
Well, they're Mashantucket. The Mohegans live on the other side of the river. at Mohegan Sun.
Yeah.
Well, they don't live at the casino, but... See. Readout says, My Great War with Angel Studios, Young Washington begins in just a few weeks. Joy. Yeah, in another forum over on Swords and Starships, Captain Garrett's forum, he said he's more excited to see Readout's review on Young Washington than the movie itself. Herman P. Hunter says Mohawks. Readout says, yes, Mohicans are real. They are not extinct, as the title implies, but they were a small tribe in the 1750s as well as the 2020s. Okay, because like I said, I am familiar with the Mohegans, but not the Mohicans. I thought Mohicans might have been fictional for the movie. And
sounds just like two names. Because you can have different names for like in English for the different tribes, depending on how you pronounced it. Like different regions would have different names for them.
Yeah, I mean the Mashantucket and the Mohegans, they're all Algonquin. They're I think we
have a lot of Wendat over here too. That's Iroquois.
The 90s were all about sort of selling the myth of like, oh, the Native Americans were all super lovely to each other and super got along, except when the white man came.
No, they're the same as everybody else. They're human beings, so therefore they were nasty to each other.
Yup.
Eh, I know I may not understand human nature all that well, but I know where it always leads. We humans suck. Readout says, "See, you have to understand when you make a movie set in my neck of the woods, and nothing in the movie looks like my woods, I'm gonna have problems." Yep, understood. Herman says, "I think the Mohicans were part of the Iroquois Confederacy." And yes, ask Hurons how peaceful the various nations were to each other. Are there any left to ask?
I'm sure. Yeah, I'm sure there are. We have. We're right in the Quay Festival right here, and like we have a lot of American Indians coming to celebrate and dance and all that. They have their annual. What do you call that? Their dance. A special name for it.
Skimitzen. We used to have
Gesundheit.
it. We used to have a when I was working at the casino doing security. I would sometimes have to go do security at a big powwow called Skimitzen, and
The powwow. That's the word I was looking for.
uh,
Not Skimitzen.
Skits,
But they have different
Skitsmithson was
tribes.
the name of the powwow there. But,
So they have like different tribes in the tents. Like all their tribes have their own drums, which are plugged to mics, and then people just come out into the field and just dance. And they have their costumes, and some of them have modern costumes. Like I saw one kid once who had like fluorescent, like rave colored bands on him. So he kind of had a modernized version of his traditional, which is a strange thing to see, but kind of cool.
was it cool looking though?
Yeah.
It sounds like it was probably pretty neat.
Yeah, it felt a little bit cyberpunky in a way because it's like it's in two worlds. You got to feed in two worlds, right? It's the traditional cut, but modern colors. So super cool.
Huh. Herman says, I think it was the Iroquois who exterminated the Huron. Am I saying it right? Is it Huron or Huron?
Well, they exterminated my great great ancestor on both sides because they would scalp people. The first Guimond who immigrated over here got taken from the island right next to here, and he got scalped while he was praying to God. There was a priest there who like saw the whole thing and wrote the story in a book.
Huh. Readout says, from my recollections, the Mohicans were their own distinct group and may have had complications with the Iroquois.
I think everybody had complications with the Iroquois.
By the way,
I would bet that the Iroquois individually had complications with each other. They were just
I do. I think it's Huron because they are. I believe the lake is named after them.
See, a lot of people had problems with the Six Nations of the Iroquois for valid reasons. This ties into young Washington, by the way. Iroquois overreach into the Ohio River Valley. See, even back then, politics was a mess. All right, let's see if I could beat Ridley.
Wow. It sounds like you're getting ready to beat up a woman when you say it that way. Of course, I'm thinking of the alien Ripley. Or did you say Ridley?
Ridley. But it is related to Alien. He was named after Ridley Scott.
Daisy Ridley?
Nope. Well, at this point, sure, why not? Actually, I feel bad for her.
Yeah,
she just took a job, I don't have any issues with her.
No one does. She's just typecast now, and she's getting screwed by Disney more than anybody else at this point because after the trilogy, she was trying to look for work and couldn't find anything worthwhile. And then, like a couple of years ago, Kathleen Kennedy says, "Yeah, we're going to do another movie with Ray." And then Daisy Ridley comes out on stage, all happy, and then nothing's ever going to come of that movie.
Which is sad for her, but good news for the rest of us.
Yeah. Well, Kathleen Kennedy, is she officially gone now? I can't believe, like,
Who knows? Yeah, she's going to rise from the dead somehow. She always
I've
does.
heard it so many times that when it was true, I couldn't believe it.
Yeah, I think she got her got her official sunset ride. So now I believe it's Dave Filoni making the decisions, and
Well,
But he's pretty
there's
much been turned into
two.
her lapdog while she was there.
Yeah, and there's two people. Dave Filoni, I think he's on the creative side, and Kathleen's assistant, another woman who I'm not familiar with yet. I think she's still on for the business side of things. So they like two people kind of fit her role as she went out. Another, brown-haired woman, which is going to this is going to save Star Wars, of course.
nothing can save. Well, there's one thing that can save Star Wars, but they won't do it.
What would that be? Let it rest for a while?
No, decanonize everything Disney's done so far, and start making films and TV shows based on the Legends canon.
You know what? If they decide they like money enough, they might do it.
Well, you're thinking like as a maverick, like Disney's a corporation with board of directors. The likelihood of a whole board of directors coming to that conclusion is nil.
Yeah, because they're morons. Like, as a collective, they're morons.
Yeah, but morons that need money to keep going.
In theory, I mean, what have they been doing these past? I mean, they let Kathleen Kennedy run roughshod over the IP, and it was obvious. Like, it was obvious. I think after Last Jedi that she was totally mishandling the IP, but they let her continue, and I'm pretty sure that it's because she had dirt on people. She had
it must have been. I mean, there's no way otherwise that she could have.
Well, there's also the political landscape where you cannot fire the first woman CEO of Lucasfilm. Like, you cannot fire strong women. And that's the other thing, is if they delete everything that Kathleen Kennedy did, that's renouncing the work of the only woman who came and did Star Wars. Could you imagine? There's no way that a woke company like Disney would do that.
Here's the way I see it, though. If Disney fired a chick, she done messed up, because everybody knows Disney don't want to do that.
The thing is, whatever damage firing her might have done to their PR, it would have been less than ruining Star Wars.
Yes, but individually, the people who are in the company are taking less flack for damaging Star Wars than they would have for firing a woman in their own personal spheres and bubble they live in.
Well, yeah, that's part of the problem. Is it's the same issue as like with the CCP. Nobody wants to give Xi Jinping bad news, so everybody around him just fucking glazes him, and just has his cock all the way down their throats, because that's how they keep their jobs. Nobody wants to be the bad news guy.
Well, eventually they run into reality, and they're starting to do that now.
Yep.
Disney makes their own reality. What are you talking about?
Yeah, well, they didn't make it right.
Clearly.
And then there's I mean, I know it's not on the same level as Star Wars, but destroying Willow as well.
Well, there's
and Indiana Jones. That's
and Doctor Who.
Well, that wasn't Disney.
What do you mean that wasn't Disney?
I mean, Russell T Davies destroyed Doctor Who before it ever wound up on D+.
But it's a Disney property now.
Well, now, but it wasn't Disney that ruined it. They just picked up the ruined pieces and were like, "This looks like something we would make." But yeah,
it falls right in line with everything they've been wanting to do lately. But rumor is the ones trying to turn it around. This is just rumor. I can't confirm, but the ones trying to turn it around right now are Marvel. They're looking to try and go back to the drawing board. But I mean, we've heard these rumors before. We'll see if it's true this time. But apparently, they're like, "Hey, trying to chase the female audience, you ended up losing the male audience, and the chicks who did like this stuff like the way it was, and since you changed it, we lost them." And they're like, "Fix this." So we'll see if that turns out to be the case or
Yeah, it
not.
was the mythical like new audience that never
The-
existed.
Yeah.
so,
Readout says, "I'm not going to lie. I'm out of things to say about the dead media properties like Doctor Who. I mourned, and now I've moved on."
Yeah.
And I don't blame you one bit.
what do you
Notice I don't sit here and talk about how much they've destroyed Star Trek anymore. I
do you
just
think?
occasionally will get into a conversations about the older Trek I liked. And
Do you think the shift in the Overton window is what finally allowed somebody in a Disney boardroom to be like, "Hey guys, are we the retards?"
Well,
Our
it has to be,
patties.
especially when you saw a lot of companies losing money, like Bud Light. You got Jaguar, and all the shows losing, enormous amounts of money. Especially like Star Wars, they paid $4 billion in assets and cash for it.
Yeah,
So to see it being reduced to they can't even make a profitable movie out of the franchise, and the show's audiences are dwindling with every season. At some point, like even the creatives, they're going to get a knock on the door by the accountant department.
oh for sure. Yeah, the amount, the way that Disney managed to devalue Star Wars as an IP is mind.
Breathtaking.
It's mind-boggling because it's like it's a level of ineptitude that is it's surprising that somebody can even achieve that level of ineptitude without it being actively malicious.
Which I still,
I don't discount. Yeah.
yeah, I don't discount as well. That's exactly where I'm at too. Like I can't prove it. I'm not even sure it's my running theory, but it's definitely can't be discounted. It's so improbable that Star Wars would have gone to nothing in such a short time.
Yeah, it seems yeah, it seems
Because she did all the bad decisions she could have made. Like none of the good, nothing ever came of good from what she did, except maybe Mandalorian 1 and 2. And I hear she had nothing to do with those 2 seasons.
yeah, that from what I understand, Filoni and Favreau were actually doing their best to keep her in the dark about everything they were doing.
Well, it was probably a low budget TV show. They were doing in house to test new technology, so she probably wasn't even paying attention to that. Because I think they were the ones who pioneered
Volume.
the dome screen.
The volume, yeah.
Yeah. What do you call it? The volume?
I believe that's what it's officially called, yeah.
Cool.
It's yeah, what you described, the dome screen. I watched a special on it. It's really interesting because it's interesting to watch a static camera as the camera moves.
Yes, because the screen, what's displayed on screen changes with the camera movement. So it's not just a fixed dome screen. It's what's projected is in relation to where the camera is located at and pointing.
Yep.
That's brilliant.
And I think it was all using the Unreal 4 engine.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. And I think that's a layover from like George Lucas before Kathleen Kennedy came on. I think that was like a beta project from then that was kind of came to fruition.
Well, it's certainly not anything she came up with.
Oh dear Lord, are you kidding?
The woman's a glorified coffee girl.
Dude, even Spielberg was making fun of her when she was his, go girl for coffee girl.
Yeah, and then I think she like quoted him, but like as like a thing of pride, like oh, she's the loud coffee girl who pipes in with the ideas sometimes.
Yeah, because they would be talking about like a movie with a girl, boy meets girl, and she would like interject with, "What instead of finding the girl, he finds the dog, or she finds the dog instead," and
What if the Force was female?
everyone would just ignore her and go back to talking because she has the most impressive pedigree because she was on all the great Spielberg and Lucas movies, right?
Yeah.
So she's listed. So on paper, she's like a brilliant genius, but in reality, she was like one of the early DEI hires. She was there because she was a woman, and it looked good on their billing to be hiring women.
I suspect it was. I suspect there was more to it as well. I suspect she was something akin to a camp follower, if you will, and that's related to the dirt she had.
Because she has a very powerful husband as well. In Hollywood, I mean.
But yes, I am directly saying she's a hooer.
She was a hooah.
She was a hewer. Exactly. So
All right. Hang on. I'll take care of that. Give me just
here's
a
a
second.
here's a question for you, Frequency. Um, are you there?
Yeah, I had exactly what you were getting at in here, and now I can't find it.
Well, I wanted to ask.
Oh, here it
She
is.
was a hooah.
There we go. All right. How do we how does the Samus lore, how does the Metroid lore explain how Samus compresses herself into a little ball?
That's been debated for years.
Okay, so there's no like single official answer as to
Nope.
how that physically
The only
works.
thing is, others have, like the space pirates, have tried to replicate that, and every time they tried, they've ended up with horribly twisted, contorted bodies that died in manners nobody would want to go.
Oof. So it is addressed in the lore, at least, that this is a bizarre ability she has.
Yes,
Okay.
and pretty much it's something that the Chozo figured out, and no one else. The
So,
Chozo are the ones who made her tech.
by the way, do you want me to ping Otter?
Sure. I did ping everyone in the chat, but I mean, Otter did also say he might not be able to make it, so we don't know what's going on with him. If he doesn't show up in a little while, then we'll just go on to talk about it without him. But him being a regular DM, I would love his insight on this topic.
So what's the overall topic again?
Sentient weapons.
Oh,
I just thought it'd be fun to discuss.
I did have one once as a player. It was in a Forgotten Realms game, and it was a trident with a bunch of water powers, but it was from a different prime material plane where they worshipped the Greek gods. So it kept bothering me, being like, "Have you accepted Poseidon as your Lord and Savior?"
There was no ignore option, I imagine.
No, just will rolls, or whatever the equivalent was in second edition. I don't really remember.
Now, second edition, was that the one with the colored boxes?
Hard. I'm not sure what you mean.
Not sure what I mean either.
I don't think so. It
You're
didn't.
talking about advanced D&D, right?
Yeah, AD&D second edition.
Okay, I'm talking before advanced. Okay, never mind.
Okay.
I'm old.
Yeah, I started with second edition D&D. Oh no, I'm not I'm not a Poseidon enjoyer.
You're not a fan of Poseidon?
Nope, no, not his biggest fan. I'm definitely more of an Athena guy.
Why is she hot?
I mean, probably.
Athena was the warrior goddess.
Well, kinda. I would say the warrior. Well,
If we're gonna go with goddesses, then I guess I would have to say I'm kind of a fan of Artemis.
I was gonna. Artemis is more of a. Well, Artemis isn't a goddess of war. She's a goddess of the hunt. But
Yeah, I didn't say she was a war goddess.
yeah, but Athena, I guess, yeah, she's a goddess of war, but I think she's more often portrayed as a goddess of wisdom. And she's probably hot, except for probably whoever's going to play her in the Christopher Nolan film.
Oh dear lord.
I think it's probably fucking Zendaya.
Yeah, I'm just gonna ignore those. It's like, as soon as there's a sign of wokeness, I just like, okay, this is not in my interest, not in my wheelhouse.
I hope it fails hard, despite being a Christopher Nolan. I hope his pedigree is damaged by this. Um, Beatings will continue until morale improves.
Yeah. Now, how much of this do you think was his project getting studio noted to death?
No, I
No,
think
it's to get the Oscar. You can't
Yeah.
get an Oscar if you don't have black people and lesbians and rainbow stuff.
Yeah, I feel like maybe Christopher Nolan's like either wrapping up his career or looking to like ramp it up. And to do that, he needs, he wants to get an Oscar. And to do that, he's like, oh, let me take this. Oh, God. Let me take the worst translation of the Odyssey. And translation is like a generous term for it. More like a feminist reinterpretation. And just cast terribly. Just, oh my God. But let's not even get into that. Like, it doesn't even bear. It's so beneath contempt that it's not worth discussing it at greater length.
Yeah, it's irrelevant. It's Oscar bait, and it's not meant for people to go and watch it in the movies. Clearly, they were not trying to sell movie tickets with those decisions.
Nope.
Well, congratulations to them, because I don't think they will.
I think a lot of people will go see it just because it's Christopher Nolan.
Yeah, but how many though? Like, people who go for the director are a small minority of, like cinema buffs.
Yeah, that certainly used to be far more common. Like, oh, let's go see the latest Steven Spielberg film.
Yeah, it's going to be primarily people who go to see it to critique it for their channels.
But again, that doesn't move the needle. That's just anecdotal. Like, you won't see numbers because of that.
Yep, and thank goodness, because it means,
as you said, they're not looking for numbers.
Means I get to watch the best version of the Odyssey movie, which is going to be the drinker review of the Odyssey movie.
Right, it's the YouTubers are going to make money from this.
Yep. Gary and
Gary Beekler. When is that right? Gary Beekler.
Yeah.
Gary.
His views went during the premiere live broadcast of Starfleet Academy.
Yep.
That was just classic. That was. It explains every. It just shows perfectly where they've ended up.
Did you hear what the final numbers were on viewership for Starfleet Academy?
I have not, and it must be catastrophically low.
Was it just Gary? He was the only one watching it?
Well, here's the thing. Across the entire season, in terms of viewership, 400,000. That means that
Wow,
each episode averaged 40,000 people watching it.
that's bad.
Yeah, that was leaked to oh gosh, I can't remember. He's the guy who did Mr. Plinkett.
And, it's primarily it was mostly people watching it to point out why it was bad, not people who were enjoying it. I'm sure there's some people who actually enjoyed it, and good for them, but I don't think that was the norm.
I mean, there's still normies out there who are like, okay, let's watch this Star Trek thing. And dude, some normies are thick. They don't notice when something is shit. I swear to God, like I talk to some of my normie friends, and if it has a CGI spaceship and people in costumes, and they just go along with the story. There is a large number of normies out there who will tolerate slop. It's just how it is.
Because they're fucking lemmings, and they don't recognize how deleterious it is to our culture.
Exactly. They don't have interest in storytelling. They're just like, okay, it's the evening. I had a fucking hard day at work. I want to sit on the couch and watch Star Trek. And I've never studied what makes a story good. I have no interest in acting, storytelling. They've never written a piece of fiction in their lives. They're just like, I want to eat chips, drink cola, and watch Star Trek.
Well, the thing is, I'm not exactly like I've never been to a cinema class. I'm not a good storyteller. I don't think I am anyway. Like I write stories for my own enjoyment sometimes, and I've DM'd a couple of games, but I'm by no means a storytelling maverick. But I can still recognize dog shit. Like I don't like I can sit down and be like, this doesn't feel like the thing it's trying to be. And I might not be able to immediately tell you why, but I know it doesn't feel right.
Yeah.
Or to quote the Mr. Plinkett reviews from Red Letter Media, you may not have noticed, but your brain did.
Yeah, and I think there's a lot of truth to that. Like they'll notice it wasn't quite as good. It won't be their favorite, but they won't get angry.
See it. They almost see it as better than nothing.
Will.
Is that the case? They'll oftentimes see it as, well, it's better than nothing.
Which it is not.
I agree.
Yeah. Yeah. But you got to remember, like, even the old 90s Star Trek, that was the beginning of woke, too. Multiculturalism in there. All the different races and stuff like that. That was, like, the first, interracial sex was on Star Trek, the first series. Like, all the woke stuff had its roots in Star Trek.
I almost hate myself for saying these words, but that was different.
Yeah, it wasn't. Here's the thing. Generally speaking, it wasn't quite as preachy, and it also wasn't all consistently from one side.
Yeah, they often presented an issue and showed both perspectives.
Yeah, it wasn't quite so directly preachy during the Berman era or the TOS era.
No, they've gone way, they're unhinged with the propaganda ever since Trump went into office. Like, ever since, or even before, I think 2015 is kind of when everything kind of started going peak woke, and
I believe
the reins came off.
People, at least in terms of film and television, I believe the what's the term. The epigenesis of the woke Hollywood movement was Ghostbusters 2016.
Yeah, that will forever live in infamy.
That was sort of the beginning of like, hey, we're going to make something that's absolute dog shit, and when people get angry with it and criticize it, instead of addressing what they're actually saying, we're going to see if we can get away with just accusing them of being sexist. And then they
dude, the YouTube videos were gold back then. Oh, a wild otter appears.
They call me Water Weasel, but you can call me Otter for short.
What's up, Otter? How you been?
What's up, Otter for short?
Not much, honestly, other than being short myself.
So you're short, Otter. You're Shotter.
Shotter. Yeah, it's still better than Shatter, but yeah, Shotter.
William the Shotter. We'll call you William Shotter.
Exactly. Oh my God. What a day. What a lovely day.
What's happening?
Just chilling out with some video games, about to put it on a fun platformer. I think that's what I'm going to do.
What you playing these days?
Been playing a lot of, what you call it, no arms, no legs, Rayman. Pretty fun.
Oh, yeah. You're still, because you change games really fast. I've noticed, like, almost every couple of weeks you're going to be on a new game stream and stuff.
Yeah, it's the ADHD. That's what it is.
Yeah. Well, you probably go through the games faster than I do. Like, I finished a 20-hour game in 32 hours, and it's only 20 hours because that's the company says that actual players got through it like in 15. So it literally takes me twice as long to finish the game as normal people.
Hey, by the way, how many kids with ADHD does it take to change a light bulb?
How many?
69. I don't know.
Let's go ride bikes.
Oh, yeah. Well, that makes sense now, doesn't it?
Yeah. Read out, he posted, and I missed it. It was like almost 10 minutes ago. 40, yeah, it was like about 10 minutes ago he posted. I missed it. Sorry, read out. He says, well, Lou, have you? Have you accepted Poseidon into your home, into your life? The world wants to know.
Answered. That's when I was like, I'm not really a Poseidon enjoyer.
Oh, okay. Well, what was I doing? Playing a video game or something? Oh, yeah. A readout says, I was there 10 years ago, and I'm trying to remember what that was a response to. And readout's backing you up. Olu responded. He responded.
10 years ago is 2016, so we're probably talking about when stuff started going full woke. Oh, with Ghostbusters 2016.
Yeah, when YouTube erupted with check out this bullshit, and it was a lot of fun for a while. The problem is a lot of them are now still harping on it.
Well, I mean,
I guess we're kind of harping on it a little bit too.
It was fun to hear people harp on it, but it was sad that we couldn't get any good movies out. Like everything was shit. It's like it was like hitting the wall. Like, oh my God, nothing's good anymore. Like everything, and then people were starting to get turned off. Movies in general, like Hollywood in general.
Evening, Brian McCoppin. Good to see you.
What's up, Brian? Your caps lock is stuck on, I think. People having trouble with their keyboards tonight.
Oh! How did I die there?
So are you going like from 3D to 2D in that game? It's
a different game, actually. This one, they actually went back to 2D. Because Rayman started out as a 2D game. But whenever N64 version rolled around, it was 3D.
Point.
Here we go. I've got something for the stream, Wrangler.
Yeah.
That I'm sharing.
I'll call that up in just a moment after I stop getting my butt handed to me by a typically not too difficult boss, but
I got it. That's pretty cool.
Oh my god.
There we go.
It's incredible.
What's up, Redoubt?
This is glorious.
Otter, you have to use this.
I will see what I can do. I make no promises, however.
Oh, man.
So Luvapur, you know what he's going to do? He's going to take the image and airbrush out the S.
Oh no.
The shutter.
Oh, that's
Otter the
perfect.
shotter hotter. Otter the hotter shotter. There we go.
Oh, calm down, Hotshot.
Is that Mid-Journey, Luvapur?
No, that's Grok Imagine.
Oh,
Oh, Grok imagined well on this one.
yeah, it doesn't always... It's giving me mixed results lately.
That's AI for you.
But actually, like, musical AI on Suno, I'm very impressed with. That one, pretty good turnout, I'll say.
It'll get you some interesting results, if nothing else.
Oh, you know what? Might as well, since Otter is here, I haven't played this one in a while. Let me pop on one of your favorites.
Brian McCoppin says, swap the O for an I. Can you do that, Luvapur?
Problem is, if you ask Lou Report to do it, he'll probably do it.
He's working on it right now. I got a feeling.
Oh, you guys are gonna hate this.
Uh-oh.
But am I gonna like it though?
I don't know.
Oh god.
Probably
Now,
not.
now I'm scared.
Thank good I forgot the otter scared.
The shotter, the living sentient weapon.
Yeah, I think we live in a safer world if the otter's scared.
There you go.
Oh god.
You know, that split second, that was enough for my poor eyes. Then you
Yeah.
just kept going, and
I've had enough.
I'm actually blind now. I'm blind.
I've had
Well,
enough internet
that's
for
me
today.
post transition, you know.
Speaking of woke,
The otters have gone woke. Oh no!
I'm not even sorry.
our viewership is going up, though.
Oh no.
Oh God.
The furries like it.
Oh no.
So we had a topic tonight, right?
Did we?
Sentient
And
weapons.
I don't think it was otters in lingerie with guns. Although the otters with guns part is pretty cool. But
Well, I hope it's not otters in lingerie with guns. That'd make
Actually,
these guys way too excited.
I need to.
There, I
need to-
said it.
So if you're a new viewer to the Weekly Wing It and want to see more sexy furry otters in lingerie, make sure you subscribe.
Here we go. I fixed it. It was missing one thing. There we go.
hair needed
Uh,
needed hair.
It's in there.
Otter.
Hang on, let me. Oh, yep, hair.
There we go.
Oh my goodness.
My pronouns are they, them.
Your pronouns are squeak squeak.
Hey, this is
Okay,
no-
I actually need to make that like a thing on my like X and everything now. That is a beautiful idea.
as fucked up as this is. It's no worse than some of the shit that was in Howard the Duck.
True, I did see
There's
that.
a name I haven't heard in a long time.
I'll never forget that movie because the first time I saw it, I had a migraine.
Well, it's one of the only George Lucas movies that Lucasfilm has not fucked up. Probably
Yeah.
because they don't need to.
Probably because the rights slipped back over to Marvel.
Oh, you serious?
Well, Howard the Duck is a Marvel character. And Disney used to have beef with Marvel over that because they thought the way he was presented looked too close to their style of duck. You know, they thought looks too much like Donald Duck the way you draw him. And then Disney sent Marvel suggestions on how to change it without compromising the character they made too much. So it was actually there was beef going on between Marvel and Disney over Howard the Duck. And now Howard the Duck is in Disney-made Marvel movies. Go figure. And that brings us to 2026, where we have the hotter shotter.
I regret nothing.
It's all downhill from here, boys.
Always has been.
Now watch me jump on some birds.
And Brian says, well, Donald never got a duck job from Leah Thompson.
Was that autocorrect?
Sure. We'll go with that. Anyway, sentient weapons. Now that we got both you guys on here.
Man, aren't they great? I mean, Stormbringer and everything. What a swell sword.
What? Just to get that off screen, I'm going to go ahead and share what was my second choice for the original.
Alrighty.
There you go.
Okay, now that's legitimately cool.
I like the gold.
Yeah, that comes out pretty well.
Just needs a theme song, something similar to that show Sledgehammer, if anybody remembers that from the 80s.
I do not remember that show at all.
I don't remember the
Enlighten
show. I
us.
remember the song on MTV with Sledgehammer's, not Phil Collins, but
Peter Gabriel.
Peter Gabriel. Sledgehammer.
Well, I was thinking the opening theme song and the theme song in the opening sequence for the top show Sledgehammer. It was a comedic police procedural where he was kind of almost a Tackleberry type. Remember Tackleberry from? Well, he wasn't quite like that.
Oh,
But
yeah.
the dude, he was in love with his gun. When he slept, he kept it under his pillow. He always had his gun all the time, and he was always ready to shoot somebody. You know, he was like, I mean, he's more akin to Kung Fury, except he's all about his gun.
Yeah, he was a fun character in Police Academy.
Tackleberry. Police Academy, when you go and look up the cast now, it's kind of depressing. What are like 2, maybe 3 people left alive from that cast?
Yeah, they all died of laughter or something. But it was, I mean, I had a good time watching those when I was a kid. I mean, I know they had a bad rap of, bad puns and bad humor, but as a kid growing up in the 80s, damn, those films were funny.
Yeah. Now all the films are just like their Blue Oyster bar sequences.
Yeah, because you had, what's his name? The dude that made all the funny sounds who also was in Spaceballs.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
I forget his name.
Larvell Jones, something Wilson, was it? No.
What a legend.
Yeah.
I think it's
and you
Mike
had
Winslow.
Mike
Bob-
Winslow, yes, thank you.
Bobcat Goldthwait was an
Commercials and
amazing
everything.
character. I think he was in the second one or something. Was he in the first one?
By the
He
way,
was in the
here's-
second. I think he showed up in City Under Siege, or no, he was in it before that. But then I think he was a recurring character in the sequels from there.
Yeah.
by the way, guys, I whipped something up more germane to the topic.
All right. Did I get the right one?
Yep.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's cool.
Okay, well, let's start off on that topic. Stormbringer, Otter, you want to start us off explaining Stormbringer to all those who aren't familiar? Like, I'm not fully familiar myself either. I've heard of Stormbringer, but I'm not aware of all the lore and everything surrounding.
The best way I can describe it is think of a magic sword that is kind of sort of an allegory for drug addiction.
Is the sword the drug?
Yeah, actually. Because you get Elric, the former emperor of Melniboné. It's a long story. who early on in his journeys raised as an emperor, but with deficient blood. Like he has to take potions constantly in order to actually just survive. Otherwise, he can't actually move his limbs at all. He finds a magic sword called Stormbringer, which he is fated to find. It is one of 2 blades, and both are created by chaos and are bent to do ultimately evil things. But as soon as Elric acquires Stormbringer, it gives him new life in that every person or foe that he slays, it drinks in their soul and it gifts him with vitality. So it effectively replaces his potions beforehand. And it is such a powerful thing that Elric comes to rely on it, which becomes extra devious whenever the sword, every time it's unsheathed, it requires blood, even if that's the blood of his friends, which oftentimes he doesn't even realize it until after the fact, kind of like being in sort of like a blood rage. Sheathes his blade. He's like, wait, where's my friend who's been fighting beside me? It turns out, oh, Stormbringer actually ran him through, and you've actually absorbed some of their vitality. Good luck living with that. So there's an ultimate tragic angle towards it. But what I love about it is that the sword never really speaks to Elric outside of 1 or 2 cases. It, like, if anything, it kind of like moans or purrs, almost kind of like a feline sound. That's usually how it's described. But it is like undoubtedly a malevolent force, and it's kind of like trying to take Elric's good intentions and it turns it against himself. So Elric is kind of like one of the quintessential anti-heroes, where it's like he has heroic qualities, but it's like circumstances and his own character faults kind of prevent him from being a conventional hero. So that's kind of like the ultimate irony. And Stormbringer is that, like, and this is why I love sentient magic items, where it's like it creates a form of conflict where before there might not necessarily be one. So you're essentially adding a new character, and Stormbringer, like the whole strife between Elric and Stormbringer, is the heart of Elric and Melniboné, like that whole saga.
Now, Stormbringer is not the only one. I mean, I'm familiar with some from TTRPGs but that's not like something everybody else would know. So, what about some other weapons in pop culture that are sentient?
I'm honestly trying to think, because Stormbringer is always the first one that comes to mind. It's also inspired a lot of ones that have shown up in TTRPGs like Black Razor. That is very much inspired by Stormbringer.
What about the sentient gun that talks in Cyberpunk 2077?
Oh, for one, I haven't come across the gun. I actually think I missed it. Yeah, I couldn't tell you. I couldn't tell you.
Yeah. Now, there's some that are sentient and some that are like semi-sentient. I think like it will make decisions, but it doesn't have exactly a will of its own. It's kind of more like a, for lack of better words, a pre-programmed leaning. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And some of them do kind of err towards that. Trying to think of other really good like sentient magic items that kind of have that effect. Oh, brain. If only you could work right now.
We can all think of sentient artifacts, for example. Like in Marvel, the Infinity Stones are said to have a level of sentience on their own. And then there's the One Ring, which is more an extension of Sauron's will. Crenshinaban from the Icewind Dale series.
Oh, that's a good one, actually. Crenshinaban.
And that thing will just take over a mind.
Christy Adcock 4966 says, "Hail, Ethan."
Hey, Christy, how you doing? Good to hear from you. Now, what are some of your favorite sentient artifacts?
Well, now that we mention it, I mean, we talked about Crinchinabon. I kind of want to talk a little bit about Crinchinabon at this point.
All right, let's go for it.
Yeah,
What if somebody held the One Ring in one hand and Crinchinabon in the other?
I don't know which one would win out, actually, because both are kind of like equal in power, almost. Almost. Crinchinabon is like what? Held by like, I think it was like Icewind Dale that kind of clarified where it's like Crinchinabon is actually like controlled by like an archdemon or something. That's how it derives its power. I think that's the case. Granted, I haven't played Icewind Dale. This is what I've heard kind of like by proxy.
I haven't played Icewind Dale. I've read it though, the Drizzt Do'Urden series. Yeah,
Let's see. Other sentient magic items, though. Or sentient items. Yeah. Those that I can think of off the top of my head. It's actually a surprisingly tough one.
Yeah, I figured... I actually thought you would have a whole bunch to think of off the top of your head. Like, right off the bat. You are like one of the most well-read people I've known.
Trying to think... Because there's not that many sentient magic items in even a lot of the fantasy I've read. That's kind of the problem. Ironically enough, it's kind of the problem.
Now, having run many D&D campaigns or TTRPG campaigns in general...
I like how you just put them on the spot. And you're like, oh, well... I guess since you're well read, no, I guess you're not as well read as I thought.
No, seriously, I don't think I've met anyone who's read as much as Otter has. Maybe Kahuna. Kahuna he's probably up there with you.
Let's see. A lot. I mean, here's one that I wouldn't even think of normally. But the magic carpet from Aladdin. Technically, that is a sentient magic item.
Yeah. And also then Doctor Strange's Cloak of Levitation.
Yeah, that's another one.
Well, in the movies anyway. Perhaps not the... maybe not the comics themselves.
I don't know why I thought of this, but the idea of a magic bag of holding that is sentient sounds like a lot of fun. It's like, oh, I don't have to hold your items. Did you ever think of that?
Well, do you guys remember Felix the Cat?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
He had a magic bag of holding. I don't know if it was sentient, though. But it had incredible properties. He could put everything in there.
And hail, Christy.
Yeah, hail, Christy.
Hail, Christy.
But yeah, he could put like
having
a whole house
run a bunch of games, how have you ever utilized that trope in the games you run?
It is weird to think. I feel like I have. It's just the exact. I feel like I have. It's just trying to get it to come to mind. That's the problem. Damn. I feel like I've run at least a few games that have done this. Oh, shoot. Ignore me for the moment. My mind is drawing a complete blank.
Yeah. And Christy says, love that sword.
Oh, yeah. I generated it using AI. I was just like, here, let me generate something a little more germane to the topic we're discussing.
Right before we all went blank on it. But, yeah, carpet from Aladdin. Yeah. Now, a friend of mine, when he ran TTRPGs, he had in the campaign a magic sword called Spellbreaker that was sentient. knew a lot but said very little. Only said it when he decided that it was necessary to say. But one of the cool quirks about it is if you pulled the sword to talk to it, asked it a question, and it answered, and then you just put it back in the sheath without saying, "Hey, thanks, I'll talk to you later" or something. You know, was not happy. Got actually temperamental about that. Like wanted to be treated like a person.
Basically,
and saw
a
that pretty
girlfriend.
much. Yeah, pretty much saw that the same way as just hanging up the phone without saying goodbye.
Why does this remind me of a Puffin Forest video where he's talking about a sentient like sword they came across, where it's like a sword of warning? It's like at the beginning of the day, it just says, I think something bad is going to happen today. And they eventually fight some goblins and the player gets a bad roll. He's like, I warned you. And it's just like the self-fulfilling prophecy, you know? That's it.
Sounds annoying.
So, I once played in a game where we created a sentient weapon. This was an Advanced Dungeons and Dragons 2nd edition game that transitioned to 3rd edition in 2002. And our buddy, this Minotaur who'd been adventuring with us forever, died with a curse on him, stating that he would never be allowed to live again. So we interpreted living as like living in an organic body. And so we brought him back as a sentient great axe that my warrior would carry around, and that way our buddy kept getting to roleplay the character, and we didn't have to like mourn him. But he was like a +4 thundering Vorpal great axe. It was crazy, but we were like level 18 or 19 at that point. It was a lot of fun.
So, what ways do you think you guys might want to use a sentient item or weapon in storytelling or gaming?
Wow. Just immediately pivot from my story. Like, cool story, bro. Fuck you.
Oh, I thought you were done with it.
Cool story, bro. Let's focus on something else.
No, I have an answer to that question, Wrangler.
I'm joking.
Yeah, sorry. I thought you'd spoken your piece. I didn't know you still had more.
No, I was joking because nobody responded to it. But I was joking.
It's okay. Nobody responded to me either, Luvapur. Don't worry.
Nobody ever responds to me.
Oh, Frederick's here. Hey, what's up, man?
Yeah, I have an answer to your question. So, in my own comic book, the quadcopter that Rattel rides on is, I don't know if sentient's the right word, but it's simile-sentient. It's got an AI on it, right? So it's talking and responding like it was sentient, but it's artificial. So, as a reader, it kind of reads like it's sentient.
That is a good question. Do AIs technically count as sentient magic items?
I think so. From the point of view of a reader, it does, because you're interacting it like you're treating it as such, even though it's not necessarily doesn't have a soul in the absolute sense. In the terms of the story, it is, because it interacts with, like, it has
technically, is Johnny Silverhand a magic item?
It falls under the same trope as Jarvis? What I would say.
Johnny Silverhand, he's a ghost appearing in your mind, right?
Yeah. But I mean, technically he's part of a chip, you know?
Yeah. I mean, he's because he's a person. He's not like a weapon or a vehicle or an accessory. He's a full-on person, so he's more of a ghost. Wouldn't you say?
Kind of. It kind of depends on Ghost, whether that even kind of classifies.
Ghost in the Machine.
Now, Christy, do you remember Car, the night automated roving robot that was the beta version of Kit?
Yeah. But that, by the way, good call referencing Knight Rider there, Christy. Do you know who voiced Car?
Who?
Peter Cullen.
Robocop?
I actually didn't know that.
Optimus Prime.
Oh, Optimus Prime.
Yeah, Chris. Basically, there was a version of Kit before Kit called CAR, that stood for Night Automated Roving Robot, and he basically winds up being evil Kit, and Kit has to fight him a bunch of times. Well, like 2 or 3 times.
I don't remember him.
Almost destroyed Kid a few times, right?
See, now, I don't know if Transformers would fall into the same thing, though. Because Transformers aren't like an object that has become sentient. That's, in a way, Transformers are just
He was about to say
mechanical life.
transgender.
Yeah, Transformers they're actually alive.
Yeah, like their bodies, their mechanical bodies are their original bodies. They're just not organic beings.
Yeah, but it is still a form of biology, so to speak.
Yeah.
I thought it was a disguise.
Robots in disguise.
Well, they disguise themselves as objects, but they themselves are not objects.
Even the women?
Well, obviously.
Sorry, I just thought that was way too funny.
They do exist. Here's RC.
Not you, Christy.
It's just my bad sense of humor, Chrissy.
Now, what would be cool is if you had a sentient weapon that was capable of some autonomy without being wielded. That would actually get kind of freaky. I'm trying to think of how that would work. Herman asks, are you guys picking on Christy? Well, we were, but you showed up, so you're our new target now.
No, we were picking on all women, and Christy got caught in the crossfire.
Poor Christy. She's just an unfortunate byproduct of all of this.
So when you ask about the autonomous weapon, I can't help, especially since we're on the theme of Transformers, I can't help but to have Megatron at the forefront of the mind, because he's literally a revolver pistol?
Yeah,
he's a literal tool.
Yeah, he literally transforms into a weapon, so yeah.
Nobody summons Megatron. And
Was
they
it a
didn't care
Walter
about scale
38?
back then, I'll tell you. Like, he was bigger than the other guys, in his human form. And he shrunk into a pistol.
Yeah, a Walter 38 or something like that.
Oh, I never learned which model it was.
And Megatron. But does he count as a sentient? I mean, I guess when he's in that alt form, he would.
That's the thing. We're considering these as disguises, alternate forms, because he's not a gun that talks. He's a full-grown robot that can turn into a gun.
Christy brings up Johnny 5.
He's alive.
No disassembled number Johnny 5. Johnny 5 is, I think, more considered a straight-up person, pretty much.
He's a robot, yeah.
He's a robot. A filthy robot.
Because we're talking about weapons, right? We're talking about literal weapons.
Weapons or artifacts, even.
Yeah. Because Knight Rider's kit is totally a vehicle. Well, probably one of the coolest videos in all media, to be honest. So freaking cool. The Millennium Falcon is sentient ever since the Solo movie.
Yeah, do we really like to
Can we change topics?
It's kind of dumb.
Pass. I'm going to use my Uno pass card.
Christy says if anybody asks about that, your nerd card is revoked.
Yeah.
I actually like the Millennium Falcon being sentient because it's the soul of a social justice warrior robot trapped forever in the Millennium Falcon and forced to observe but never participate.
That just sounds like hell.
Yeah. So basically, the Millennium Falcon being semi-sentient is an annoying SJW in perpetual purgatory.
Yeah.
What's not to love?
I mean, if they were going to go with that plot line, then Millennium Falcon should be able to talk to you and everything. Should pretty much be Space Kit.
Well, they should distinguish
Space
the two.
King, you say?
They should distinguish the ship from the one that's sentient to the version that we grew up. Like the one we grew up with, we know it as the Millennium Falcon. They should call this new one the Millennial Falcon.
Brilliant.
My generation really is the worst.
So far.
I don't know. Us millennials
Give
can
it
be
time.
pretty
We'll
bad.
come up with worse.
Otter, I'm a millennial.
Oh, are you? Oh, whoops.
I thought you were Gen X, dude.
Who, me?
I'm
No, Luvapor.
1984.
Oh, so you're close enough. They're called Zillennials. They're like
No. The
they're
cutoff is
they're millennials, but they have the
cutoff
Gen
is
X
1980,
culture.
1981.
Yeah, but
I am technically a Zennial, yeah.
yeah, they're millennials, but they have the Gen X culture.
Well, everyone who's cool has the Gen X culture.
Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough.
We had the best movies, the best video
Uh-oh.
games.
The best music, which I do have to give credit to the boomers on that, though. They made that music.
Christy, you can't leave us hanging. What year?
Oh, she's still Gen X. You might be up there, but you're not a boomer.
Gen
I
X
know
is
because she's the same age as my brother, who is also Gen X.
Gen X is the last cool generation.
Because all the uncool ones didn't survive.
I don't know. Gen Z might be able to pull it out.
Pull it out?
Rephrase that. I should rephrase that. Pull it off.
So how was the pullout?
Wait,
It was too late. And
if you were born in 58, then you are a boomer.
She's not. Is she born in 58? That's boomer.
no, 58. That doesn't sound right.
Are you 58 or are you born in 58?
Yeah, that's her age, not her birth year.
Oh, okay, yeah, born in 67. There you go. That makes sense.
That is straight up Gen X.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fully Gen X.
I'm a filthy millennial. You're welcome.
And a younger millennial to boot.
Yeah, I am almost Gen Z. Almost.
Yeah, both of my folks were born in 54, and they are and they're boomers solidly.
Yeah, my folks are technically, I think they're, what are they called? They were like born 1 year before the boomer generation started.
I was born 1 year before Star Wars came out.
So what are they? The not the silent generation, the greatest generation? They are technically not boomers.
No, the greatest generation gave birth to the boomers.
Yeah, so they are the greatest generation. Because they were 1 year before the cutoff. But I don't fully understand the all the cutoffs there, because they're not all the same amount of years. Yeah, Herman is also Gen X, so yeah, us Gen X, we're starting to get up there. We will rule the world one day. Now, Christy says, real age 58. My mind is 25, but if I hear a fart joke, I'm 12.
We're all secretly 5 years old when it comes to fart humor.
Yeah, pretty much. We're all like adolescent in maturity.
The one scene in Dumb and Dumber still gets me to this day.
I would say it depends on the fart.
And would you believe it if I said, out of everybody on this panel, I'm the history buff?
Well, you look back and see a lot of stuff that's really good, while the rest of us are looking forward and going, oh no.
Do I really look at the good stuff? I mean, I talk about a lot of wars.
Yeah, because if you looked at the good stuff, you would have a show on the history of fart jokes.
Exactly.
Hey, Christy. What is the most
There's
pungent,
money to be had there.
what is the most pungent type of jacket? Give her a second to try to answer.
Yeah, that's what I'm watching the comments for, because I want to hear the answer to this, or do I? But I'm waiting for her to try and respond. I'm honestly not sure.
All right. I'm going to go ahead and give the answer. A windbreaker.
Oh, duh. Why did I not see that coming?
I would have loved that joke in grade school.
Right? It's so dumb, but it's, I mean, that's the point of it, really.
Clearly.
Hey, why should you never fart in an Apple store?
Oh, Christy didn't hear the question.
Oh, the question is, what is the most pungent type of jacket? And the answer was a windbreaker.
Now, why should we never break wind in an Apple store?
Oh, because there's no windows. I'm loving the uproarious.
Yeah, I'm over here trying not to die to an Omega Metroid.
It's next level. Absolutely next level. As in, I am dying hardcore to this. Fuck me.
Are two of you just playing video games while this?
Yes, actually.
You say this like you're surprised. In fact, I'm going to cheese this because I beat him once and then put the controller down, forgetting about the time limit. And so I put the controller down to read through comments, and I look up, oh, I died because the time limit ran out. So I feel no guilt in doing this time. If I could hit the right button. I don't know why. If my first time I got him, and then after I died, I've come back again and again, and I can't quite pull it off again. There, I said pull it off, not pull it out this time. I got the right word.
Pull it out?
There, I did it. I don't know why. It's like first time blew through him, and then after being dumb, putting the controller down and things going on in the game, I die afterwards. I come back and I just got my butt handed to me again and again. It's like I fell out of sync there.
I beat Super Mario Brothers last week.
Oh yeah?
The original?
Yes.
Oh, very nice.
I got it on
Doot,
the
doot, 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 doot.
emulator on the Steam Deck, so I could just whip it out and play it.
It's
I
so
said
easy to get to the last level in that game.
Well, I was stuck between 8-2, 8-3. 8-3's got the Hammer Brothers, and there's just a lot of places where you could die in 8-2, but you get a 1-up at the beginning. So as long as you get the 1-up, you can like keep doing 8-2. Once you get into 8-3, there's a lot of skill involved, a lot of bullet bills and stuff. And then once I got to 8-4, the castle, it's like a maze, so you have to know which pipe to go in, or you're going to get sent back to the beginning and eventually run out of time. And so I made it to Bowser just once, but I was able to fly past him and get it on the first try.
Nice.
Once I got to
Yeah,
Bowser.
those Hammer Bros can be a pain in the butt sometimes.
Yes, and the second one, sometimes you can't kill him with the shell. The shell will go through him. It's like it's a known bug.
Oh, really? I thought you
Yeah.
could.
You can sometimes, but sometimes the shell will go through him.
I never encountered that bug. Usually I tried to have a fire flower by the time I got there so I could just hit him with fireballs.
Well, the thing is, I die and then you have to start again, and it's hard to get a flower on the 8-3.
Oh, yeah. It's been years since I played, so I don't remember what. I still think to this day, I mean, there's some really good Mario games, but the best is still Super Mario 3.
Dude, it brings back so much nostalgia playing the first one. But I think I agree with you. I think the third is my favorite one.
Super Mario World might actually be my personal favorite one.
Well, it's usually between the two. Like, usually World or 3 are, like, people's favorites.
Both are pretty much just as good as the other.
They're close. They're really close. 3 has Yoshi, which they've been wanting to do since the first one. Somebody added Yoshi to Super Mario Brothers 3 in a pirate version of the game in, I think, Taiwan or some shit. You have, like, illegal versions of the games that you could get in cartridge form. And which is funny because Nintendo said it's impossible to put Yoshi on the NES. But, like, it took some fucking, like, Taiwanese pirate to make it happen. Funnily enough. But Yoshi's huge. I really like the bosses in Super Mario 3, like the Koopa kids that are all based on musicians. I kind of like the theme of it, the music, the levels, everything's set as a stage too, so I really like that.
All right, who's ready for my hot take?
I'm listening.
Mario 64 is not the best platformer for the N64, not by a long shot.
Yeah, I've never played it. Well, actually, scratch that. I played it for like 3 minutes at a Walmart once.
Yeah, I never played. I mean, yeah, same thing. Like, I might have held the controller with it for like 50 seconds or something.
For every great level, there's like 2 or 3 really frustrating levels. Like, really frustrating ones.
They had to reinvent the wheel, like, totally. Like these.
Yeah, like, I'm willing to give that game a bit of slack, but compared to other N64 platformers, that one's aged not that great, in my opinion. I'm not going to shit on it too much. It is a landmark game for a reason.
Well, we finally got GoldenEye was beaten now with the new James Bond game. I think we could finally hear the end of GoldenEye. Because it was still known as the best James Bond game, because every other Bond game that came after it kind of sucked.
Yeah, well, they finally got another good one. However, you're not going to hear the end of GoldenEye because it's always going to be well loved and respected, even if you get much better games from here on out.
Yeah, for sure. But I think it's going to be easier to disprove that it's still the best, because I think it's been outdone pretty sure. It's not a controversial take, I don't think.
Not exactly a speed run there, is it? I didn't even get the helmet off.
Sounds kinky, Christy.
if you consider your hands cramping up during a while playing Mario Kart to be kinky, then there you go.
If you read closely, it's never specified that the hand cramping happened as a result of Mario Kart.
Yes.
Dude, I remember playing Nintendo games and the hands would cramp up. You'd be, especially like action games like Mario, like you'd be pressing so hard. Remember how you used to lift the frickin' controller up when you tried to jump? Everyone would lift the controller up. Do people still do that nowadays?
Sometimes people who don't play a lot, but I mean, yeah, I used to do that. I was lifting and moving the controller all over the place as I was trying to do stuff.
My hand used to cramp up with the NES, but I always like that was mostly with the NES, and I think it was because what would be a super ergonomic? A fucking rectangle.
Yeah, but they came out with a turbo controller that had kind of like that modern feel to it. It had like that U shape.
And that's how the Wii was invented.
I never thought there was much appeal with the Wii. It looked too silly for me.
See, in what other game does your character do a victory air hump? I'm just saying.
The inking has begun.
It has begun. Yep,
Nice.
Get the outline there in first, and then it's going to be a question of
So this is a space vehicle?
Yes.
space plane.
Is it intrastellar or interstellar?
Interstellar travel,
Is that a belly button question?
Is it an innie or an outie?
No, the question is whether or not it has like a star drive.
Readout says, my eyelids say I must quietly depart to prepare for Tuesday. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Good night,
Good
Readout.
night.
Thanks for hanging with us.
Remember
Have a
that
good one,
history of farts, show. I'm just saying. Free
Ow.
clicks.
Christy says, I love watching videos of people playing Wii and destroying their TVs.
Oh my god,
You enjoy watching videos of people playing with a Wii?
Wee!
I had to make that joke.
I almost ran right into the television playing Wii bowling once.
Do you guys remember when they made like the miniature versions of different consoles that were already loaded up with ROMs? Like you had a miniature and
Yeah,
Did they ever do a Wii?
that would have been really funny.
That would be great. I hope they do now.
I will be right back. My dog's giving me that look like I owe her money. But what it means is she has to.
Oh, you got one of them poker playing dogs there.
Yeah.
It
Got my
honestly
money,
reminds
Brian?
me.
Where's my money,
I'm
Brian?
gonna break your legs.
Where's the fucking money, Frederick?
Hey, Luke, you want
Oh, fuck. I'm dead.
those legs of yours has got bones in them. You can pay me back with that. Yeah.
Yeah, the funny thing is, when they break the legs, they don't consider that payment in full. They still want the money like you didn't pay them anything.
Yeah, that's just a punishment for making them wait. That's just the interest payment.
That's when you look at the loan shark and say, technically this is a fiat currency and we've been duped. And then start trying to talk him into Bitcoin. Don't go collect from him. He'll start talking about Bitcoin. He won't shut up.
I've
And
learned
then
to
a few years later, they're like, why didn't we listen about the Bitcoin?
Yeah, I stopped talking to people about Bitcoin at this point. If they're not asking questions, they probably don't want to hear about it.
Yeah,
I think everybody's kind of firm in their stance one way or another.
I think so. Yeah, people have made their minds up whether they've researched it or not. So
the way I see it, why not? Keep both. If you're not in on the Bitcoin, I get it, but it's still worth having. At least put it aside like you would some gold and silver.
Yeah. You might want to have some in case it catches on.
Oh,
Which
I
it
unlocked
semi
a
already
pair.
has.
That was a Satoshi quote from like 2013. He said that in one of the original Bitcoin forum. He said, and this was before it was worth money. He says, you might want to have, get some in case it catches on. Because RFK would just recently said that he keeps all of his wealth in Bitcoin. So
Oh, wow.
the Trump kids are into Bitcoin. Trump came and talked at the Bitcoin conference in 2024 in Nashville. I was there, Gandalf, 2 years ago. And
Yeah, Luvapor said something a couple weeks ago, and I think you weren't here at the time, Frederick. Of all the times to miss, he was addressing the Hakua coin.
she was there too in 2024. She came into the conference, walked around. I didn't see her.
Yeah,
But
Luvapor.
she's
Tell
retarded.
Frederick what you thought the Hakua coin should have been called. Oh, that's right. He's walking his dog.
He's
I
gone
just
to
got
give
back
his dog a payment.
Yeah, I just got back from walking the dog. I said missed opportunity. She should have called it Spitcoin.
Oh, that's not bad. You know what? The other name that Satoshi was considering for Bitcoin, and this is a serious consideration because he actually bought the domain name, was, and you're going to think I'm joking, Titcoin.
Why is that?
Because he thought it would catch on more if you called it Titcoin.
I'm actually glad he stuck with Bitcoin.
He stuck with Bitcoin, and but he still bought the domain name. And if you go to titcoin.org, it takes you to I think a Bitcoin podcast, I believe.
Now, Christy says she sold her for half the price, and says it just keeps dropping. I've had mine go up and down, but it's definitely higher now than when I bought it.
Yeah, it drops higher than the previous drop. That's kind of the whole point. But it does go up and down. It's a 4-year cycle. So you got to keep in mind and think in terms of 4 years with your Bitcoin.
Yeah,
And
well, as the economy goes out of whack, those cycles are probably going to change or increase in frequency anyway.
No, because the cycle is linked to the halving. So every 4 years, the amount of Bitcoin that comes out every 10 minutes is divided by 2. So you're going to have less and less Bitcoin come out every 4 years. So that's why it increases in value, because the scarcity.
Thing is, there's some Bitcoin that's out there that no one can ever get to again.
That's right.
Laptops dropped in, got destroyed or whatever, and it was stored in there.
Yeah.
And it cannot be recovered, and it cannot be replaced.
That's right. So that increases the scarcity as well. Which is why it tends to always go up, but it still has its downturns. Because like we hit the peak late last year, I think in October, at 126. And so now we're at the downturn. And we're gonna get another, I think in another year or so, it's gonna have another halving, and it takes about a year after the halving to reach the new peak. So we're gonna get probably another peak in 2 years or something like that. 2-3 years.
I like when it drops because that's an opportunity to get some more.
Well, that's the whole philosophy, right? You have to think of it
HODL.
It's on sale. You acquire when it hits the downturn, and you HODL, yeah. Because it's a long game, right? It's worth more over time.
Otter, this game suddenly turned into a level of Gradius.
Yeah,
exactly.
What is this?
So I just auto buy $50 worth of Bitcoin every week.
That's smart.
And like once a month I move it into my offline wallet.
Yeah, good strategy. Yep.
Funny thing is with this game, what was it? The original Rayman is considered like one of the hardest games ever put out for the original PlayStation.
Really?
Yeah. The original game was like hard as balls.
So what you're doing, Luvapar, is what we call DCA, or daily cost averaging, except you're doing it on a weekly basis, but it's the same principle, right? So you're going to average your buy-in price.
Yeah, because I'm not waiting for dips, but it also requires zero direct intervention.
Yeah, and you're not sweating, you're not stressing, you're not trying to guess, and
Yeah, basically weekly I buy. Actually, sorry, I misremembered. $25 worth of Bitcoin and $25 worth of Ethereum.
Oof. Yeah, drop that Ethereum as fast as you can. That's a shit coin.
Hello, Mr. Eel Man. You do not look happy to see me.
What's wrong with Ethereum?
It's shit. There's no cap. It's a corporation. There's no nodes to verify it. There's only 2 centralized nodes. So basically they decide how many Ethereum they want to put out. So they're basically farming your money. So it's not money. Whereas Bitcoin has the properties of money, Ethereum is supposed to be. It's supposed to be a sort of a coin where you can program apps on it. They used to call them dApps, decentralized applications. Not one of them ever took off, except for the one that crashed the system, the crypto cats. And so basically it's a shit coin. So get rid of it and stop buying it as quick as possible.
Fair enough. I have it all staked at the moment, so it'd take a moment.
What is he standing in fat lady garb there?
I kid you not. It's like if you haven't played the original game, it's going to seem like the most random thing ever. But I think like the cardboard cutout was like your original checkpoints in the first game. So they just brought it back for this one.
So
All right,
it's an Easter egg callback.
Yes, very much. The world of Rayman is just fucking weird, but in a kind of a charming sort of way. I'm almost
a lot of the
positive
games we love are weird.
I'm almost positive the devs were tripping whenever they.
Mario's super weird.
The world.
Sonic is super weird. Like all the kind of flagship characters are kind of weird, right?
Everybody in Rayman kind of feels like they're just a little bit crazy, just a little bit.
Well, I can see where Christy's coming from on this one. She said when mine went down to $12.50, I said, well, if I sell it, I can get toilet paper. So sometimes you got to sell it off to go get something if you're in a jam.
No.
Yeah, well, it's beauty of it is it's super liquid, so you can always get money from it. When I say money, I mean fiat.
Yeah. Because, I mean, one time I didn't want to sell some of mine off, but I was in a jam and I needed to do something. And I didn't have the cash, so I dipped into Bitcoin to make it happen.
Yeah, it works.
So, what do you think, Frederick? Should I get rid of the Ethereum and pick up some Stellar Lumens?
It's just Bitcoin. It's the only one that has the properties of money and gold. So that's the quick answer. It's also the long answer.
But there's also some that are there meant to be a joke, like Dogecoin.
Well,
Dogecoin that was meant to be just a funny.
Yes,
people got it for novelty and a laugh.
Well, Dogecoin is a clone of Bitcoin, so it's the same code, right? It's the same code base that they copied, except they changed the starting properties. So because Doge produces an incredible amount of coins, so that's why it hardly gets any value, because there needs to be so much demand, because there's no scarcity. It produces like crazy. There's like Litecoin existed for a while, and it was like an alternative to Bitcoin. It was the same code base at Bitcoin. They just changed the properties a little bit, the settings in the beginning.
Litecoin still exists. It's at 45.86 a coin.
Yeah, but it's not like regarded as relevant as it used to be because the creator Charlie, he sold off all his Litecoin and basically said, yeah, don't buy Litecoin. It's go with Bitcoin. So the project is still there, still running, but it's not regarded as with any importance, right? It's not relevant.
There was one that I bought a ton of in 2020 called Tezos.
I've never heard of that.
Tezos?
Yeah, Tezos.
Or Pesos?
No, Tezos.
Pesos.
It was one of the first coins I think you could stake.
Yeah, but I think even governments are looking to emulate the Bitcoin model.
Oh yeah, like clearly.
Well, actually, they're acquiring Bitcoin. Do you have a Bitcoin strategic reserve that Trump is, pushing? We just saw with SpaceX IPO'd last week. They had to disclose how many Bitcoin they had. They had 18,712 Bitcoin.
Wow. How much is that in dollars, I wonder?
I think times, what is it, 63? Hold on, let me do the math. 18,712 times, it's 63,000 right now. And right now it's at a low point. Okay, so it's $1,178,856,000.
Wow.
So 1 billion, 1.1 billion.
I need to transfer I need to transfer this stuff out of Coinbase.
Oh yeah.
Well, I've
been saying that for the longest time. I need to take custody, and I haven't gotten off my butt to do it.
Yeah,
well,
Coinbase is like not trustworthy at all.
Yeah, you could just get a good wallet on your phone. That's a good first start. Like you don't need to get a hardware wallet straight off the bat, right?
No, I already have a hardware wallet.
No, I was talking to Wrangler. I know you already well equipped. Yeah.
Yeah, because I keep it. I keep my hardware wallet in a safe, so it's just like for a few weeks now, I couldn't be arsed to like go into my safe, pull it out, unlock it, get the latest.
Well, you got to pull it out once in a while.
Yeah, I know, right?
Excuse me?
You heard me.
Phrasing.
Yeah, what's important is not the hardware wallet in the safe. It's actually the seed phrase. So your hardware wallet can be out in the open. Anyone who steals it can't access it. It's the seed phrase is actually what you don't want people to access.
Well, I keep the hardware wallet with the seed phrase.
Sure.
In the safe though. So.
Yeah.
My seed phrase is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Amazing! That's the same combination I have in my luggage.
Yeah, well, people, the common joke where people are like, take a picture of their seed phrase that they write down, and it's never gonna give you up, because they're words. So Bitcoin has a set vocabulary of words that consist of words that cannot be confused, right? So the words that are expressively simple to use as a seed phrase. So it's not not every word can be used. It's set words that have been kind of selected for the specific use of a seed phrase.
Yeah, but I didn't expect to be rickrolled by it.
Well, it's because you can't take a picture of your seed phrase because the first person to see it could steal all your money. So it's the joke they make is writing down the Rick Astley lyrics.
That's easy to remember, at least.
You can get a 12-word seed. You can get a 24-word seed. And you can add a password to that.
Also, can we just say for a moment how much I love it when a game uses a didgeridoo for its soundtrack?
Oh, that's cool.
Well, is this the Rayman game that starts with where you're killing a bunch of trolls and it's like synced up to Black Betty?
No, you're thinking of Rayman Legends. It's the one after this one. They have another one that's just Eye of the Tiger.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, because I remember my first exposure to Rayman was playing Rayman Legends at a Best Buy in 2012.
I mean, it's a good game. I haven't played much of Rayman Legends. The one I have the most nostalgia for is Rayman 2. Granted, that is like a very nostalgic game for me. Still holds up in my opinion.
That's
but
a lot of fish.
It really is. Also, I think I'd say this for just about every Rayman game. Most of them have a very good art style. Oh,
trending on Twitter right now is Michelle Obama is a man.
I mean, I don't think they're lying.
Did you catch the fight last night?
Me? No, I did not.
There was a UFC on the White House lawn last night.
Oh.
And one of the fighters, that's what he blurted out after winning his fight.
Incredible.
That's why it's trending today.
Oh, I see. I did not know about that.
Yeah. They had, it was Trump's birthday, and so they had the UFC event on the White House lawn. They had the fighters come out of the White House physically, and one of them even came out of the Oval Office. They had a band playing all the songs. It was impressive. It was a grand event.
This track sounds like it's just Alvin and the Chipmunks.
Meet
in the game or in StreamYard?
Ow!
Alvin, Calvin.
Thanks, Rope.
Yeah, can you stay underwater indefinitely, or do you got to come up for air?
In this game, indefinitely. The other games, you have to go up for air.
Do otters have to come up for air?
Yes,
No.
Eventually.
Technically, yes, but we don't like to admit it. So no.
I wonder, how long can an otter hold his breath?
Pretty long, actually.
Time for an internet search.
Have you all ever heard of the Florida Rescue and Search and Rescue Otter? Splash.
No.
He is an otter that the police force have trained to help search for dead bodies.
Right.
Wow.
Like he's totally not in on it.
The length of time an otter can hold its breath depends on the species, but generally ranges from 3 to 8 minutes.
But that's not a lot.
If you guys are curious about what I was talking about, I've got it queued up.
We could totally drown an otter.
Can you hear, by the way?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can hear it. Yeah, this is what Rayman Legends is famous for.
Well, there's my copyright claim tonight.
So they bought the rights to the song, basically.
That's the thing. Before Ubisoft became obsessed with like open world schlock, like Rayman was like kind of their cash cow.
They must have had fun in the office when they were play testing this one.
Also, these challenges take way more skill than it looks like. There is a good element of memorization.
Yeah, I mean, what Luvapor's showing us here looks like a speedrunner got a hold of it.
No, that's not a speed run. That's how you play the level. You gotta run for it.
That's awesome.
So what year did this come out? Early 2000s?
No, this is more like anywhere between 2012 to 2015, I think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this came out for the Wii U.
Yeah.
And this person's playing the level perfectly, but if you didn't, it actually, like, the music didn't continue normally. The music stayed synced to what you were doing.
Oh, so it's not a track, it's the sound effects of you going through the level.
You got the Eye of the Tiger one?
I know it's there.
I do not. Oh my god. That is revealing way too much about my YouTube viewing habits. Close.
Oh no, I watch Asmongold. Oh god.
Well, the thing is, Luvapur, is that you have the same viewing habits as I do. The Reckless Band, Asmongold.
Christy
Yeah.
says, shoot, if I'm in the water, I can hold my breath a really long time. I
I
have to
was-
go. I'm getting ready to get yelled at again. All right, Christy. Well, thanks for hanging out with us.
Nice to
And,
see you, Chrissy.
If
God
they
bless
yell at you-
Christy.
Yeah,
If they
tell-
yell at you,
tell
you
Bob
yell
to
right
keep
on
it
back.
down. Yeah, tell him to keep it down.
Yeah, you yell back at them from us.
Tell him we're having a
Ah,
show
fuck.
over here. Keep it
I'm
down.
dead.
Hot mic. I hope you have a great night. Thanks for hanging out.
That's funny
So-
because that's what Obama calls his wife.
So the level I'm playing right now is pretty much like the prototype version of what came along in Rayman Legends. Oh!
We cannot hear your game.
Oh god. Run for it, Rayman.
Based
Fucking
on what
run
you-
for it. I'm dead.
Based on what you said, there's didgeridoo involved.
Not with this level. It's like World 4. It's like it just goes hard on the didgeridoo.
Yeah, the didgeridoos on another level.
What's the instrument where it's like you're putting like a wire up to your mouth, like the side of your mouth, and you're just kind of like stringing it?
Oh, that's musique à bouche in French. It's, what is it in English? Let me Google it.
Because
Mouth
it's like, the first world in the game uses that
it's-
instrument for its
It's called
soundtrack.
It's called a mouth harp.
Yeah.
Huh. All right, you guys ready for this?
Probably not, but let's go.
All righty.
I've never been ready for
A
anything.
bit about, just so proud of how you are being a role model for dealing with a child that's transgender.
Absolutely.
And that's, that warms my heart, particularly as a Black man. Would you care to share that journey? I wanted to talk.
Is that the slip up of all slip ups?
No, she's talking to him. Like, she's saying to him as a Black man. Would
Oh,
would
okay.
you
Oh.
say
I
this?
thought that was like just a self-report or something.
I
No,
thought
it's-
so too.
That's what people were clipping it out of. Play it again. You'll notice.
Oh, okay,
Listen
I
to the
see.
end before jumping
Marlon,
to
a bit
conclusion.
about, just so proud of how you are being a role model for dealing with a child that's transgender.
Absolutely.
And that's, that warms my heart, particularly as a Black man. Would you care to share that journey? I wanted to talk, Marlon, a bit
It's 'cause
about.
she's saying it touches me.
just
and then
so
she's
proud
talking
of
about
how,
him as a Black man.
You are being a role model.
But you
for
could read
dealing
either
with
way,
a
and she
child
really
that's
is a
transgender.
man. So
And that's, that warms my heart, particularly as a Black man.
The out of context is way funnier,
it's
It
good. Like,
really
it's a
is
good.
funny.
as usual.
Yeah, it could
It's
be a
too
slip
easy
up.
to take out of context.
Well,
Big
it
mic,
really
everybody.
does sound, and maybe it is a slip up. Maybe it is. It's just it's good. Like, it's got plausible deniability in the recovery. Let's just call it that.
I'm still flabbergasted. Well, I guess I shouldn't be about the fighter saying, "And Michelle Obama is a man." I was like, that was just that's going to be entertaining for weeks. Who was it that shouted that out?
I don't know. His name is Cinco something. I forget what his name is. UFC Michelle Obama. Latest.
Let's see here.
Josh Hockett.
Josh Hockett.
You want me to
That's
share
a
it?
funny name.
I got a clip up right now.
Oh, you got it.
Josh Oakett surprised the crowd with a shocking statement during the UFC Freedom 250 event on the White House lawn on Sunday. After Oakett won his bout against fellow heavyweight Derek Lewis, he said this during his post-match interview with Joe Rogan.
Michelle Obama is a man. Am I right, America?
Some in the crowd could be
That's too good.
Yeah, it's the Hollywood Reporter news clip. So yeah, that's the channel I'm scarfing off of here. Yeah, the Hollywood Reporter. That's where I just pulled this clip from.
It was funny as fuck. I was watching it live with a friend yesterday, and we were in a spit take. I mean, it has that much more of an impact being in front of the White House. You know, it's the president's birthday event.
Yeah, but
because another
people
fighter
are going to
was,
be enjoying that clip for quite a while, I think.
Another fighter was uninvited because he was talking about Israel. So he got canned from the event for talking about Israel.
Was he Hassan's bitch or something?
No, he's critiquing Israel, but
Okay.
He's not related to Hassan.
Different story.
There's a difference between being anti-Israel and critiquing Israel.
Right. I didn't realize that was it.
And there is no country that is like beyond critiquing, because all countries, the best and the worst, all make screw ups and bad calls and do dumb things sometimes.
In theory, but in practice, you can't critique that country with the current political climate. It's not the same as critiquing other countries. You can't
deny, though, there are a lot of people out there who have pretty much the equivalent of Trump derangement syndrome, except with Israel. And there's some people who are just like off the wall, Israel this, Israel that. Oh, it's like Rosie O'Donnell with Trump. It's like everything is like they have this derangement syndrome. And it's like, you know what? Israel does some really dumb things sometimes.
Yeah, but the difference is you're allowed to critique Trump. Like, you're not going to get pushback for critiquing Trump. It's actually the norm, you know, in the media.
If somebody has a critique of Israel, I say let them critique away.
Well,
even if they have Israel derangement syndrome.
You say
let
that,
them say it, because
you say that, but like that's not what the world we're living in right
now. There's a lot of people who pretty much say you cannot critique Israel no matter what. I see what Frederick's saying.
Because the dude got
people
invited.
Like that.
People lose their jobs. It's not the same thing. Like there really is consequences.
I try to keep things reasonable, which I'm probably one of the last people to try and keep things reasonable because I'm just a goofball.
I'm an otter, so I don't know.
Yeah. You just reminded me of something I have not played in a long time, and it doesn't really apply here, but you made me think of it, so I'm going to play it anyway.
As a friendly reminder, Frequency Studios, Wrangler, Trippy Soul, Never Evermore, the Lord, I know I mispronounced that, the Lord Otter, and Radar Productions. We are not medical physicians. We are not doctors. We are not giving medical advice. Proceed.
That's right. I'm an otter.
Exactly. Do you want an otter giving medical advice?
And I am the personification of tinfoil hat.
And I'm a bird.
I do way too many drugs. You don't want to listen to me.
Your voice has changed, Otter, since that clip.
Has it really?
Yeah, you sound younger in the clip.
Oh.
My favorite part of that clip, though, has got to be Trippy. I've done way too many drugs. You don't want to listen to me.
I haven't seen Trippy in a while.
Quite a while.
It's been a while.
Like a year or two.
I miss Trippy.
I do too.
Stay safe out there, Trip. The power grid needs you.
Now add Kaya into that clip.
I guess it's that time. We should probably wrap this up.
No, I don't want to wrap up.
That's crazy, Frequency. Israel is not training attack orangutans.
Yes, they are. You know, I was gonna make it up as I go along, but I got nothing to follow up with, so that just didn't work.
I mean, I feel like we're on a pretty good roll. Is there a reason to end it? Have we run out of viewers?
No, but if we were running out of stuff to talk about, we will lose viewers. And also, I gotta work in the morning.
Yeah. If you need stuff to talk about, like, man, I got stuff to talk about.
Oh, what you got on your mind?
Well, we could always pivot back to sentient weapons and the ethics of creating them.
Mainly, how do you create a sentient magical weapon? What is the cost?
And what is life like from the perspective of that weapon?
Yeah, well, that's to me is the main ethical question. Is is a sentient weapon like dormant when it's not being wielded, or does it have to like suffer through centuries of solitude, waiting for an adventurer to find?
Does it sleep? Is it hibernating?
It's like a Pokemon stuck in a ball.
I don't know Pokemon lore enough to know what that's like.
I don't know either.
Gotta catch them all, bitch. There we go. Give me my special insects.
But I can see why so many of them would be technically cursed weapons and make you more aggressive and want to fight. Because as a weapon, what is it made to do? It wants to serve its purpose.
Have any of you ever listened to a TTRPG podcast called The Adventure Zone?
No,
I have not.
I'm not familiar with them.
Do you know? Have you ever heard of My Brother and Me?
No.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So they did an actual play of a game based on Powered by the Apocalypse. It uses the PBTA system called Monster of the Week, and it's supposed to be like a '90s Monster of the Week show.
Yeah.
And in it, one of the characters that featured heavily was a sentient weapon that was an unbelievable asshole. Like, played by the player who wields him, but played differently, just constantly trolling people, trying to get them to fight. And at the end of the season, at the end of that particular story, it turned out that the reason the sword was such an asshole was because it had been programmed with a certain threshold of belligerence, so that when inserted into an AI system, it would activate its fail-safes.
What kind of fail-safes?
Okay, so like this AI system was built in such a way that if the AI ever became enough of an asshole, it would shut itself down. So the sword was designed to slay that AI. So when the main character thrust the sword into the main computer system, it integrated itself and made the system enough of an asshole that it shut itself down.
Huh.
So the whole time he'd been role-playing the sword as a complete asshole, and everyone's like, "Well, it's a funny choice, you know. It's for a podcast, so yeah, it makes sense that he'd make an interesting and amusing character." But no, there was a reason all along that the sword was an incredible asshole.
It was very much chaos aligned.
Yep.
Now, how effective would a sentient weapon be if that sentient weapon happened to be a pacifist?
Now
It
that's an
depends.
interesting role play choice.
It depends on how much agency the sword has over what abilities it grants.
Hey, I
Right?
actually love that idea.
Because it would be hilarious if you had a pacifist sentient weapon that had no control over how much of its power it grants, and the person wielding it was just like, nah, fuck you. And just kept using the sword. And it's like, oh, the whole time. It's like, oh, God, oh, God.
I also think of like, what if like the wielder had to make like some sort of like saving throw to actually use it, like it was a battle of wills.
The weapon does not want to be used.
This is an extra Vorpal sword with +5 bonuses. Its name is Wimpy.
Exactly.
Or you could try to convince it that it's a worthy fight. You have to talk your sword into fighting.
You got to make a charisma roll every time you, right along with your attack rolls.
We must slay these goblins. That doesn't sound very nice. Come, Wimpy. We must rescue our compatriots. Can't we use diplomacy?
Why do you sound like Gurgi from the Black Hole?
Yeah, right? Munches and crunches in here somewhere.
Gurgi doesn't like all of this now.
I'm pungent, too.
I don't know. I was just doing a voice.
Yeah, so it only like grants you its abilities depending on circumstance. It's like you might have something and like, okay, this has to be dealt with. All right, magic activated. Where other times it's like, no, I don't agree with what you're doing, and then it just works as a regular sword. You don't get the bonuses or anything.
Yeah, it's like getting a warrant, right? It's like you have to convince a judge before you get into battle.
Now, Otter, that level looks kind of tedious and a pain in the butt.
It wasn't that bad. I kind of enjoyed it.
Well, those spikes kept messing you up.
Yeah, but the controls are good, and that's kind of what makes the difference. If it wasn't for that, I would have hated this level.
I do understand what you mean. Like in Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown, there are some platforming challenge areas where the only reason I'm bothering to get through them is because he controls so well. It's like every time I died, I'm like, well, that was my own fault.
Hey, I got a new character.
Okay, so here's something fun. If you were going to put a sentient item in a game you were running or in a game that you were playing in, what would you come up with, do you think?
Do you know what my honest answer is going to be, and you're going to hate it?
Oh,
Brass knuckles.
I would roll on a table.
Okay, well, God forbid we ask you to use your imagination.
That you are using your imagination, though.
That what?
Not in the choice, but in the execution and interpretation. I would make a sentient sheath, not the sword, the sheath, and it would get pleasure every time you like put the sword in. Oh, you just feel weird and awkward.
Oh yes, sheathe me, sire.
It's a magical sentient sheath. What's its name? Vulva.
Oh God. They call me Shaft. Ow.
Oh.
Careful.
I would make a set of plate armor for for a warrior or a paladin, and it has separation anxiety. It loves hugging. it loves hugging the user, and if you go too long without wearing it, it's like, well, where were you? What were you doing? Why? Well, maybe I don't want to be worn now.
Sounds like a needy girlfriend.
Or how about one that's just like a manic psychopath? Like every time you're like attacking somebody, like, woohoo! Did you see the blood spray off that? And just won't shut up the whole time. Just like talking to you like it's Deadpool through the whole battle.
I still say this is one of my favorite RPG ideas I've never used. I've always had in mind that I've wanted to do a Fallout like one shot, and just have it to where it's like, the whole alien weird side of Fallout.
Yeah.
Just have it go to like a research facility or something. In one room, there's just an alien. Thing is, he just goes, "Hi, my name's Brian." He's just smoking like a blunt all the while you're talking to him.
Take me to your dealer. Yeah, Fallout had alien lore on the periphery in the first game. They kept the weirdest stuff for random encounters.
That's one thing I always liked about Fallout is like there are aliens, but they're always just kind of there more for a joke than anything.
Yeah, they're not part of the main story, the main arc or anything.
Right. They're really just there as an Easter egg.
Yeah. Well, you also get like one of the most powerful guns when you find the aliens.
In Fallout 3, yes.
Fallout 1?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Did you just 100% that area?
Maybe. I don't know.
Oh, here's a good
area?
one.
No.
Well, how about what about like a really greedy bag of holding that's constantly encouraging you to like steal shit and put it inside?
Oh, I could make a really annoying bag of holding. A bag of holding that is greedy and demands that every time you store or withdraw something, it has like a flat rate that you have to pay, like 10 gold or something.
Or what about a bag of
Constantly
holding
trying
that
to
gives you
influence the guy to be
investment
a thief.
advice?
Yeah, nickel and diming you.
Eventually, you just ask the bag, "What are you doing with it all?" None of your business.
I like shiny things.
It's like,
I would just honestly, if a GM gave me that bag, I'd empty everything out of it and then throw it on a fire and be like, "I don't do microtransactions, bitch."
Or get this, a hat that whispers paranoid thoughts into your ears. Or a helmet.
Object.
A really good, like, really kick-ass helmet that protects you really well, but it whispers paranoid thoughts all the time.
Oh my
I was
god!
going to say, there's got to be a reason you might want to risk wearing it.
Yeah, it's got to be really powerful, and you can't take any damage, like, hardly, but it's always, like, whispering, "Your friend just stole money from your holding bag."
So when I was like 22, my friends and I got a couple of my friends together in my car, 91 Corolla, and we drove to my friend Aaron's house unannounced and just knocked on his door, and he was like, "Hey guys, what's up?" And we're like, "You're running a game for us." He's like, "What? I am?" We're like, "Yep." And he goes, "Okay, come in, I guess." And at the time, we were very big into Big Eyes Small Mouth, which was an anime role-playing game.
It was the anime role-playing game for a while, I believe.
Yeah,
I don't know if it's been replaced or whatnot.
I would say OVA might be more popular now. I'm not sure.
There's like another system that's pretty popular. I forget what it's called.
So my friend Aaron decides he's going to run a Pokemon type game. And he was like, "Oh, you're spending too many of your character points on your actual character. You're supposed to be buying Pokemon with your character points." And I said, "All right." So I made a really powerful gun character by giving it the defects: no arms, no legs, no voice, mute, and all this stuff, and just give it a single very, very powerful attack that required somebody else to help it. And its name was Gun. and the only time it spoke was when you fired it. Instead of going bang, it would go gun, 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 gun. And the thing that reminded me of this game was I also had a hat that had all the same defects, but it gave me 6 levels of divine intervention, meaning I could re-roll 6 rolls per game. And it was called Lucky Hat, and the GM was like, "I will let you have it, but the hat isn't mute. So once he said several once per scene at the most inappropriate time, I can have the hat on your head, no matter how tense or dramatic the scene is. The hat might randomly go Lucky Hat." And yeah, you guys were talking about a sentient hat whispering to people. That reminded me of Lucky Hat, and yeah, that was a pretty wild game. The GM eventually forced me to stop making Pokemon that were just equipment.
So I wonder, could Station from Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey just be considered a big Pokemon?
Station was the alien, right?
Yeah. Station. That's all he said was Station.
The Grim Reaper is still my favorite character from that movie.
Best of 7? Damn right!
Oh, God. Did you guys watch the new Bill and Ted movie?
Yes. The green screen Bill and Ted.
I have nitpicks with Bogus Journey. I can only imagine how... Like, if I have problems with Bogus Journey, I don't want to even think about what I think about the latest one.
Well, I've
actually heard good things about
it
it.
as a real movie. It doesn't feel like a real film. I watched it during the lockdowns, I think.
It doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't feel like a. It feels like a fan project.
Yeah, it's all green screen, most of it, because they're in the future, right? So they designed the future with CGI, and so you have like Bill and Ted reacting to green screens.
Yeah, it was very odd. I mean, it did have its moments. It wasn't like, despite being like, oh, we're gonna make the main characters their daughters, like it didn't feel like girl boss woke bullshit.
Wasn't it meant to be more of a passing of the torch while being respectful to the original characters?
No, I don't think anyone's expecting them to continue the franchise.
Yeah, I don't think anybody's. Maybe they did. Maybe somebody there was like, oh well, we'll do a passing of the torch, like just in case this somehow gets enough traction that like people want more. You know, like why not hedge your bets?
Because it didn't work out that way, clearly.
It definitely did not, but I think nobody expected it to. I think it was just like, hey, let's hedge our bets in case people really love this for some reason. I wouldn't mind another one, but I also wouldn't go out of my way to see it.
Yeah, it wasn't terrible, but it wasn't great. It's very forgettable.
Yeah.
Who wants the Bill and Ted Wayne's World crossover?
That would unironically be amazing.
Well, it's not going to happen. Mike Myers is like, I think they're in a fight with
Dana Carvey.
Yeah.
Unironically, though, my favorite scene from Bill and Ted is where, in the first movie, where they go into the future, they're like, oh yeah, the future's actually kind of cool. You have, like, the great music number as well. It's just really good, like, scene execution.
I was kind of bummed out by the premise of the new film, which is that Bill and Ted never did their Wild Stallions thing that was supposedly going to save the future.
Yeah, they basically were too lazy to do it or some shit.
Yeah.
The funny thing is, like, Excellent Adventure actually has really solid, like, time travel, like, rules. The thing is, both Bogus Journey and it sounds like the 2020 version as well just, like, contradicts those rules, like, big time.
Well, it's because you're deflating the consequences of the first film, right?
Well,
Second.
the whole point of time travel in Excellent Adventure is that everything's like a self-fulfilling prophecy. It's like, oh, I saw that I did it in the future. You are predestined to do it. And the opposite is true. Oh, I'm going to plan this. You see it. Oh, you know you did it. Cool.
What number am I thinking of?
69,
dude.
Whoa.
Whoa. Yeah, Keanu was well cast in that, dude.
But actually, I'm the one who goes back in time, and not only do I set up the garbage can that just fell on my head, I also set up the cage that's about to fall on you. Cage. Goofy. I loved those scenes.
We planted the key and the gun.
But I don't know, sentient weapons are kind of an interesting thing. I haven't encountered them too much in my games, and that's just I think that's down to like it's another NPC that the GM has to play all the time, and in a sense, you're in danger of creating a DMPC if you know what that is.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, if I were going to have a sentient weapon in a game I was running, I would probably offer to let the player role play their own weapon.
And problem with the one in the game I was in is it knew stuff that none of the players were allowed to know.
That could be an issue. Yeah. I think the other thing is if I were gonna, I think this would be pretty interesting. If I knew that the weapon was going to have a sort of a contentious relationship with the player characters, I would definitely want one of them to play it, because I'd want to give them the opportunity to like RP something contentious with their own character, and see if they would softball it, or like, hey, is my player going to softball this in order to give himself an advantage, or is he going to like actually role play it in a way that's amusing and interesting in the story?
Well, I would imagine there are some points where the player would actually have to make a roll to see which way the weapon's going to take it, and then play according to that roll.
That would definitely be one path to make that sort of decision. Yeah, I can see that. But yeah, they're an interesting like the reason the reason that axe worked so well was because the guy who played the Minotaur for 5 years was still at the table playing a different character. So whenever we needed somebody to role play the axe, he would just role play his old character.
So it was the spirit of the Minotaur within the axe?
Yeah, because he died. He died facing down a big bad guy who was able to curse him at the last second so that he could never be resurrected or put in a living body. So we were like, okay, fine. We'll call his soul. And so we constructed this great axe and then used like a hybrid ritual cast reincarnation, like raise spell combo thing that used both arcane and clerical magic to call his soul from the afterlife and ask him if he wanted to inhabit the axe. And he was like, what? That's badass. Hell yeah, brother.
Morning Glory milking axe.
Oh, yeah. No.
So yeah, he inhabited that axe, and it was so funny because my warrior put a hole in the ground at the front of his dojo so that when he got tired of teaching his students, he could just slot the axe in, and the axe would make them run drills.
Did anybody ever get mad at him and call him an axe hole?
Giggity.
No, I don't think so, but that would have been funny. But yeah, it's so funny. We designed the axe with a little Minotaur head, but between the two blades, so that the character could actually have expressions and speak. So when he spoke, the face on the axe actually like opened its mouth and spoke, and rolled its eyes and like scowled.
Hey, you want to talk about sentient objects? How about Night at the Museum?
Oh yeah, that reminds me. That's where Dave the Talking Stonehead was pretty much made from. Dum dum, you give me gum gum.
Oh, okay, now I get it.
Oh, jeez.
Best character, hands down. I will hear no arguments to the contrary.
See, now I want some sort of construct that's just Theodore Roosevelt.
No, I just want a construct that's straight up Robin Williams.
You know what? That's fair.
I saw an interview with Robin Williams interviewing George Lucas, and George Lucas wanted to redo Howard the Duck. Of course he did. Or like not redo it, but like upgrade it like Star Wars, like CGI Howard and all that. And he wanted Robin Williams to do the voice of Howard the Duck.
That could be interesting.
Oh my god. I need to no, I would definitely have to destroy the item after one session. But I would now I can only give my players a sentient sword that's Robin Williams.
You want to know a funny name you could give him?
What?
Robin Williams.
Oh.
I regret nothing.
Well, you guys know what Robin named his daughter, right?
No.
Zelda.
Zelda.
Yeah.
Oh,
Robin
fair.
Williams also
Zelda is
played
a
D&D.
cool name.
I'm just imagining this. Oh god! The reason I'd have to destroy the item is because I don't think I could sustain that kind of energy for more than a second.
Right.
Like, oh, we're totally gonna fight this guy. Oh, he's totally afraid of us. Oh no!
What did you guys think of him in Popeye the Sailor Man?
I've never seen it.
Yeah, I've never seen it either.
Great performance. And Olive Oil was perfectly cast, too.
Oh, wait,
Who
no,
played
that's not entirely true. I've seen parts of it.
Yeah, I've seen it, like, as a kid, like, on replay on television.
I like how at the very start of the movie, during the opening credits, you see the animated Popeye, and the original Popeye voice was there to do that part.
Remember the arcade game for Popeye?
Yes, I do. I spent a lot of time playing that game.
I think it's got to be one of the first arcade games I've ever played.
Do you know that the reason we had Donkey Kong was because Nintendo was trying to make a Popeye game, but then couldn't get the rights, so they made it into something else. Brew just became Donkey Kong.
Yeah, there's a lot of stories like that, for sure.
Hey, Frederick, when you record yourself drawing something like this, do you ever like then take the video in and say like, hey, grab one out of every 20 frames and do like those time lapses?
No, because I'm terrible at video editing. So I did, when I was doing the trailer for my book, is the time where I got excerpts of it. But I did like quick snippets instead of accelerated drawing versions. The thing is, the drawing moves around so much, it would probably be dizzying. Like, I probably could not take one where I'm talking with you guys because I'm a bit distracted and not focused on the actual, where is this drawing per the camera, right? So if I was going to do that, I'd probably do a recording that I wouldn't stream, or I'd be just focused on the drawing, and I would try to keep it in frame a whole lot more. Because I do a lot of, I don't know if you guys noticed, but I do a lot of spinning around, especially when I'm inking, and sometimes I'm drawing off camera, like I'm drawing here and stuff, and then putting it back.
And also, a lot of those time-lapse videos for a drawing are done on a tablet, so even if the person's turning stuff around, it's pretty much oriented the same way on the recorded screen.
Yeah. I could do those, but I probably have to like intentionally focus on doing that.
Yeah, you could always stick the drawing to your what the hell? I can't remember what the surface of a drawing table is called.
It's called Bawb, I think.
Okay,
Exactly.
yeah. You would use the painter's tape to stick the drawing to your Bawb. So
That sounds wrong.
so that the image remains static.
Oh yeah, stick it to my Bawb.
Yeah, well, then it becomes like you're almost like graffiti, because you can't move the wall when you're doing graffiti. So you'd have to, like, I'd be the one moving around. So I'd be like getting off my chair, and that that could totally do it. That would do it. I would make sure that the camera was well angled as well, because my camera's a little off kilter. Because it's one of those very ordinary kind of lamp holders, but since it's on the side of an angled table, it tends to lean down, and so I put tape on it, but it wears down, and so it's always at an off angle, right? If I want it to be 90 degrees, I have to push it with my thumb here. There's like 3-second delay.
I like this spaceship. I don't know why, but there's something about it that makes me think of like a World War II bomber.
Dude, I'm loving it. Like we did a lot of headway from the first sketch. Remember? I was gonna say Otter, Angler.
It was obviously me.
Yeah, because I didn't get the cockpit on the first draft. I didn't get anything really on the first draft. Like I had to almost like with putty, kind of like shape it around, and finally, when I finally got the beak, so to speak, things started to fall into place. I think the wings were the first ones to kind of like gel. Yeah, now it's going to be about finishing the details, and it's going to come in nice and slow. I don't want to rush it, but yeah, I like where it's going. Hope you guys do too.
It looks great.
I want to take it for a ride.
Right?
It's almost there. It's almost
You're
there.
tempting me to bring up one of like the most annoying country songs.
What song is that?
You ever hear a Big Green Tractor?
I
Take you for a ride on my Big Green Tractor.
If you're going to pull it up, I'm going to leave the stream if you pull up an annoying song.
Oh, I grew up in the middle of the South, boy. That everybody wanted to play that song. It was really annoying.
So if I heard it, I probably remember it and go, "Oh yeah, I blocked that from memory."
Yeah.
The one that came to mind as you're talking about that is "She Thinks My Tractor's Sexy."
No, that's a different one. That one's actually a lot better.
If you think I'm sexy and
That's actually a really funny song.
I forgot we're still live.
I know, right?
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. If you want Frederick's body and you think Frederick's sexy, go ahead and let him know in the comments.
Well, that's a different song, the Right Said Fred song. I'm too sexy for my body. Too sexy for my body. So sexy it hurts.
And I do my little dance.
Now we're going to start losing.
I don't blame them. We should not be singing these songs. All right, let's wrap this up before we really start to go.
Before we start singing.
Too late.
Let's spare them any more.
All right, next song up is "Relax, Don't Do It."
Fred,
if you want to go through it,
shut. Too
relax.
Sexy. So sexy it hurts.
All right, let's do some part plugs.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, and if you want me to leave you with an earworm, just, "Hey Mickey, you're so fine, you're so fun, you blow my mind. Hey Mickey." All right, Otter, what you working on? What you shilling tonight?
I am working on my third Steel and Stormbright book, as well as my Western. On top of that, if you want to check out what the Otter is capable of, why not check out his Sword and Sorcery books? Steel and Stormbright, they are the best brothers, the only brothers. I may be a little biased. I am an Otter, after all. But if you like the premise of Sword and Sorcery brotherly adventures in a world filled with magic and wild sorcery, along with a little bit of tasteful athletic tits, I think you will enjoy my first two books. That is The Curse of the Star Raids and The Shadow of Twin Moons. Be on the lookout for them. They're on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, all the big retail stores. You can check them out right now. They've got some great art by Sir Neutron Boar, Frederick Guillemot, and Umbrella Cat. Really good stuff.
There's a lady with two heads and really big boobas. I know which set of twin moons was calling me.
Oh,
Ho, ho, ho.
Liverpool, who do you want to shout out tonight?
Oh gosh. You know, there was a young lady on here a few months back who wrote a book that was apparently incredibly self-referential, but she seemed really lovely. So I'll shout out her book. Do you know who I'm talking about?
Maji-chan.
Maji-chan. Yeah, I'll shout out Maji-chan's book if we have something queued up for that.
We don't have any trailers or anything like that. I don't know. Is her book currently available? Do we know?
Yes, I have it.
It is back up.
Mhm.
Because she did take it down for a bit to work on something. I didn't know if it was.
Oh, did she?
Back up? Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know about that.
Yeah. Let me check right now. See if it's. Yeah, it's currently offline right now.
Oh,
It will be coming back up. She found something. She found something that she wanted to take care of, and so she's making some alterations, and it'll be back. But yeah, look for The Legend of Shalar when it goes back up for sale. I don't have a date for that at this time, but it will be making a comeback.
Are you going to get a date for when it comes out? That's a good idea. I should get a date too.
When's Maji-chan going to make a comeback on the show?
It depends on her work schedule.
Yeah.
She was a regular panelist when we started, but then her work hours changed, and she's on here once in a while.
Yep.
But she works. Her current schedule has her at work while the show's going on usually.
But yeah, I don't really have anything of my own to promote at the moment. So yeah, I figure everybody else here can promote their own stuff. And
how dare you insinuate? I need you to promote for me.
Yeah,
that's right.
All right. In that case, in order to help promote Otter's book, I will now read the famous monologue from the 1971 action thriller Dirty Harry in the voice of Patrick Warburton. I know what you're thinking, punk. You're thinking, did he fire 6 shots or only 5? Now, to tell you the truth, I've forgotten myself in all this excitement. But being as this is a .44 Magnum, the most powerful handgun in the world, and would blow your head clean off, you've got to ask yourself one question. Do I feel lucky? Well, do you, punk?
Yes, I am feeling pretty lucky, actually. Thank you for asking. Now give me fish.
Well, that wasn't quite the reaction I was expecting, but yeah, I just that dude's voice. I don't know who I think of more often when I hear his voice: Joe Swanson or Kronk.
I tend to think of Brock Brock Sampson from Venture Brothers.
Yeah, there's that too, but I didn't watch that as much. I loved him as Kronk. I thought that was great.
Oh yeah, it's all coming together.
I would have assumed that you Frequency would love Venture Brothers because
I probably would. I just haven't had a chance to watch it ever.
Most of the references are very Gen X.
Yeah. Oh, it looked like something I would like. I like caught part of an episode once and kind of got a kick out of it, but I never really got to watch the show and find out what it's all about.
Well, fair enough. I'll see if I can find a link where you can watch it all.
Except I think something about his dad being very similar to Quagmire's dad. But
what? Oh, what? Dr. Venture's father being trans or something? That's no.
What am I thinking of? Or was it his mentor?
No, you might be thinking of the main villain's wife, Dr. Girlfriend, who's like drawn as a hot woman, but she has like, but her voice sounds like Harvey Fierstein. Like, oh my god!
Whoa. It's like totally rad.
No, I'm telling you. I'm telling you, that's totally the guy from Depeche Mode. That's not him, honey. I'm telling you.
Frederick.
All right, here's my Clint Eastwood quote when I'm paraphrasing because I'm going to butcher it. You see, my mule heard you laughing, and my mule doesn't like hearing you laughing because it gets the idea you're laughing at him. So I'm going to have to ask you to apologize to my mule.
Should have apologized.
You
That's
guys know where
a
that's
Fistful
from?
of Dollars, isn't it?
Yes,
Love that movie.
it's great.
I'm sorry, Mule.
Yeah, it's a great scene. Great. It's all dubbed too because they didn't record audio on set.
Yeah, I love spaghetti westerns, but audio dubbing is not the greatest aspect.
Well, the actors didn't speak English.
Yeah, it wasn't any one language. It was like several.
Yeah, 'cause
Oh,
they
wow.
filmed it in Spain.
Arriba.
There's because there's no American structures. They brought in that red sand from the States. I forget which area. There's got a particular red sand.
Arizona,
Yeah,
Southwest.
to throw it inside the door during the dust storms. Yeah, like, a lot of the dedication, but it was all filmed over there in Spain and neighboring countries. It's Italian production, right? That's why they call it a spaghetti western.
Yep. All of those Mexicans are pretty much Sicilian.
Yeah. And all those movies are pretty much samurai films converted to cowboy.
What?
Mediterrexicans.
What's one of my? There's like a famous translation that goes on in Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, where it's like right in the middle of Tuco getting tortured, while they're having kind of like all the POWs just like playing in camp, and it's like while that music is playing, they know somebody's getting the absolute shit being beaten out.
Yes. Yeah.
So it's like you get this famous line where the guy who's just kind of like acting as the maestro is just like, more feeling. That was a very clever translation because the original line was like, molto bene. And they're like, what line can we get in English that kind of matches the lips, but it's it also conveys the same emotion?
That's
I was
the
like,
big
that was
trouble.
that was a really good compromise they came up with.
Yeah, because you can't just translate the meaning. You also has to fit the lips moving.
Have you guys ever heard of a film called Sukiyaki Western Django?
That sounds like a mouthful.
Yeah, no. Is that
That
a
sounds like
dish?
something I would order at a restaurant.
I was gonna say.
Sukiyaki Western Django is a 2007 movie, and it's a Japanese take on spaghetti westerns. It's wacky. It's just wacky as hell, and it's very 2007. And they got Quentin Tarantino to do the opening as like a gunslinger named.
Which is absurd because the spaghetti westerns are rip-offs of Japanese films.
Right, exactly. So, it does reference in itself because it's very much. It basically kind of becomes a Western themed samurai film in a very self-referential way. I definitely recommend it.
Yeah, I mean, that's how creativity works. It's like people riffing off of each other.
It doesn't have like a ton of rewatch value, but it's really fun to watch at least once. Sukiyaki Western Django.
And, well, my comic's at the printer, so I'm not going to promote it at this time because it's not available. But what I would promote is my show tomorrow, because we have a Brazilian artist, very talented man by the name of Alan Goldman, who's going to be coming on and drawing with us. So one of our rare guests who's going to be joining on the draw stream and drawing along with me. So that should be very exciting. Talented dude. And looking forward to it. So make sure to subscribe to my channel so you don't miss that wonderful episode.
All right. And what you were talking about with the the Japanese influencing the Western, influencing the Japanese, influencing the Western, made me think of this picture right here. Dang it, you can't blow them up to full screen like you used to on the old internet.
MC Escher's, yeah.
Yeah, it just made me think of that one right there.
When I think of MC Escher's drawing, it reminds me of the Babe.
The Babe with the power?
The power
Power
of voodoo.
Voodoo you do.
Hoodoo?
Power of the Babe.
Wow, you guys fucked that up so bad.
You're the only people I know who's ever fucked that song up.
It's been ages since I've seen Labyrinth.
Yeah, well, it's with David Bowie, who has a line of coke that comes out of his nose during that scene, if you can pause it. And it's apparently not his hands that are doing the ball thing. Somebody else is behind him and has his hand in the
contact juggling. Yeah,
yeah, because it's hard skill to learn to juggle two crystal balls like that.
And they got somebody good enough that they were able to do it blind while reaching around somebody else.
Yeah, circus freaks.
Yeah, the things they do in Hollywood here, you're gonna have to reach around David Bowie and juggle his balls. What?
Reach around.
No.
Yeah, that's why that's why David Bowie starts smiling at that scene. It's about the time he gets his reach around. Hey-o.
Also, one of the first movies with Jennifer Connelly, where you're definitely not allowed to comment on her being attractive.
Yeah, that was same. Was that the same girl who was in a Groundhog Day, or am I thinking of somebody else?
Somebody else.
She's also in Rocketeer, Top Gun Maverick. She's in tons of movies.
She was in the original Patrick Norton Hulk movie.
Oh, was she Betty
Ross? Or no? Yeah, she was
Betty
General
Ross,
Ross's daughter.
Yeah, Betty Ross. I was thinking, am I saying that right? Isn't that a historical figure? No, Betsy Ross is the historical figure.
I mean,
Who's
I will say
Betty
this:
Ross?
Jennifer Connelly is smoking hot.
Yeah.
Well, she was after she became, not a minor.
Well, I mean, that goes without saying, I'm thinking
keep
like
in
more
mind,
the Rocketeer.
Keep in mind, we were all younger than she was at the time she filmed that movie, so
That's true. Yeah. So at the time, I found her quite attractive.
Exactly. Kid crush,
and
crush when
it
you're a
wasn't
kid.
creepy because she's older than we are.
Yeah. When you're an adult, you discover the Rocketeer. You're like, oh.
Also, when you're a kid, you don't really have like lascivious thoughts. You're not like, oh my god, I want
Right.
blah, blah, blah. It's like, oh gosh, I'd love to hold her hand and eat lunch with her. Like.
This dating advice has been brought to you by Luvapor.
I always thought the Rocketeer had two little Rocketeer scenes in it.
Well, they were quite expensive, I imagine, to produce. At least I imagine they were, because that was all practical effects, I think.
Yeah. There's no CGI back then.
I mean, it existed, but it would have been way too obvious. Because I don't know if you remember the CGI in fucking The Last Starfighter. Oof.
Ouch. Yeah, well, on that note, you can find my stuff on Amazon. You can find my stuff on Amazon, Haley Star Bad Kitty and Bad Kitty Haley's World. You just type in Bad Kitty Frequency Studios, it'll pop right up. And it's a good time. You can enjoy it. It's all ages, so you can share it with your kids. And thank you so much, everyone, for hanging out with us tonight and listening to our ramblings about what was supposed to be sentient weapons, but that kind of muddled all over the place until we finally came back to it and had a real conversation on it.
Hey, we got there. Like I think we certainly enough of the episode was us discussing that to justify it being the topic of the episode.
Yeah. If you enjoyed this presentation, hit the like, and if you didn't, we appreciate you stopping by. We'll see you next time.
So
God bless.
Is that Greek?
God bless.
And
It's
if
Spanish.
you like my body and you come. Good night.
Good night.
Good night, everybody.
Jewish space lasers.
Good night.